Hello, everybody! Welcome to the Dead Unicorn. My name's Corey. We're playing Vallanthia with our supremely expert Game Master, Howard. He is the best. We're also joined by Sarah, Tarek, and Matthew. I'd like to thank you for joining us on this very special Vallanthia, where it's probably going to be our best episode ever. Does everybody agree it's probably going to be our best one? It's going to be the best one. I'd like to thank our patrons scrolling up in the upper corner right there. And let's check out the poll. We do a poll every week on our Patreon for patrons only. And it is a tie between Esri and White Ape for the coveted prize. So I guess it's up to the Game Master.
I think it's been longer since Esri's gotten one than White Ape.
Okay. Esri gets a character point. Thank you, patrons, for voting and helping out these characters with that special bonus. You have successfully changed their fates, hopefully. I would also like to add that we're starting a new thing. We're doing shorts, so if you like any part of this video and want me to turn it into a short, just comment with the time code and hashtag DUShort, and I will get to work making it, and I'll give you the credit on the video as well. So that's it. That I can send it on over to Howard. Howard is our game master, and he's going to take it from here.
It's interesting that you brought up a great episode that's going to be. I didn't know that you knew I was planning the TPK tonight.
It's very special.
Awesome.
Oh my!
It's going to be a bloodbath.
Apparently,
I love taking baths.
He does.
And I like blood.
All right, so our adventurers are deep undercover in the Lights Peace Asylum as a guard, 2 contracted craftsmen, and an inmate. Their goal is to convince Air Dread will come, but I'm going to say the upside is these are super hard to fail at this level. It's for each minute, I think, that you're laying there that it gets steadily worse till you finally bleed out and die. So go ahead and make 3 stamina checks for me.
All right. Let me quickly change the chat box so I can see my rolls. All right. Stamina 1. 19. Good.
Very good.
All right. But how many... actually, how many dice am I supposed to take out since I have a mortally wounded condition?
Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay, so you are down 3 dice right now. That's a good thing you have so many dice to roll normally. So as long as you keep getting positive numbers.
Well,
I hope you don't die.
We'll see.
To a donkey.
It's within the first minute. All you need to do is not roll less than a 1. So in other words, just get positive numbers. You're good for the second. Yeah, we'll go ahead and call that first one because I forgot to tell you. But yeah, it looks like you're good for all of them. Oh, wait. You got 2 dice and you got a 1 on the thing. Would you like to roll a wild die?
You do.
Yeah, I think
He might not. He might be like, I'm going to make a dwarf.
I think I'll spend a character point to roll another die.
All right.
All right, so where do I usually roll for, just one?
Just roll a d6. Just roll a d6.
Hold on. Technically, he doesn't have to, does he? Because he has a minimum of 1. Because he has a +1 to this check.
Oh, you know what? I did not see that.
Oh, yeah, my pip?
Yep,
Yeah.
you got a pip.
So unless he
critically...
critically fails 1-1, he's...
Yeah, no, because even if you rolled 1-1, he'd still have a pip.
Oh, I thought there was some special thing if you rolled
the only way you could get a 0 is if you only had 1 die.
Oh.
Well, I mean, I guess if you had 2 dice and you did roll 2 1s, but he's got a pip. So yeah, he's safe for the first minute. Those pips are more useful than you think.
Gumdrops. Huh?
Dude, good for
Heck
you.
yeah, they are.
You actually didn't need to roll. That's a nice catch there, Tarek.
Yeah. Pip, pip, cheerio. Was that a good joke? I don't know. I'll stop.
Oh, it was a joke?
It was technically a pun, which is a type of joke.
All right. So, because he has that pip, he actually didn't need to roll. My bad. But all right, you lay there. There's a moment where you're about to like just feel the darkness just kind of take over you, but there's some dim part of you that's aware that passing out while bleeding out is deadly, and you force yourself awake. And as you do, you see standing over you your friend White Ape as well as one of the guards, and that guard will go ahead. I don't need to move the tokens around for this. I'm just going to make my roll.
You don't want to die to a donkey.
We will say the guard had the presence of mind when told it was a wound to grab the kit.
I yelled for the kit. I said, get the medical kit.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's good news. Hang on. One more D6. Well, his TN was a 10 because he had the kit. That was the difficulty last time, is your TN was 15 and you didn't have a kit. Because you didn't have a kit. It was a 5-point difference. You're like ripping your that's like ripping your shirt off and trying to staunch the flow without a kit. You know that I got nothing, but I'm gonna pack dirt in there, see if that helps.
No.
I you just rolled. I was gonna say that I was gonna try and give an aid action, but it's all right. It happened anyway, so.
Well, we can say you did it.
Sure. I helped.
I would say that you probably just helped to calm your friend, like, keep his attention, keep him awake, help him position, and be like, the wound is this broken mushroom meat over here, I guess. Where that neon green fluid's coming out, that can't be good.
But every part of this mushroom man is glowing. What the heck?
He's an irradiated mushroom from the red forest.
Somebody start a cooking fire. If he doesn't make it, at least we can salvage something. No.
Get the butter.
Oh,
Saute him.
ouch! Somebody bring the butter. We need lots of it.
Yeah, look on the bright side.
And deep fried mushrooms.
There's at least one feral dwarf that would probably partake.
Look, well, he's like Groot, right? When he dies, like a little tiny mushroom man springs up, and then we can keep him.
But he has to
son.
He has to spend one full year playing the potted plant version of himself.
We'll keep him. We'll keep him in our pocket, and he'll be our Portabella.
Dancing Tom.
It's only a year in game. We could technically fast forward. All of my dice are solid black. How do I fix that?
Your color, your Game Master color is black.
See. Well, it's all right. I always look at the chat thing anyway. All right. So, hey, Tom is stable. And you made your roll last time, so you're awake. You don't feel your best. But you are stable. You know you're no longer bleeding out. And you can lay there awake.
Should
get
Tom
up and
be
move around
taken to a
if you want.
hospital?
So that you know, you are because you have been stabilized, you get moved from mortally wounded to incapacitated. Technically, you can move, even though the word is incapacitated. It's just that you're down 3 dice, which means that anything you don't have 3 dice in, you can't do. Which, if you don't have your stamina is high enough, you can actually get up and walk around. A lot of people can't.
Well, if anything, I think Tom will probably just see himself to a medical ward, and he will inform White Ape about it so he can recover properly.
That sounds like a good idea.
There's also a donkey cowering in a corner down the hall.
I'll take care of the donkey.
All right. If you're gonna escort it out, you do need to make one roll to gain past that dwarf.
Okay. Which role exactly? Because I will do my due diligence to avoid the dwarf.
No, not you. I thought White Ape said he was taking care of the donkey.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the donkey's over here. He's not near the dwarf at all.
No, I said he's cowering in a corner. But if you want to get him out of this place, you're gonna have to make a roll.
Oh no. I'm gonna bring him into the work area.
He's a wounded donkey.
Oh, he's wounded.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And also, well, I mean, if you want, but you're gonna have to make rolls with him every time you go down that hallway.
Okay, let's get him out of here. Wounded donkey. Let me open my character sheet.
Yeah, I mean, I saw where y'all were going with it, but I did wonder how well it would work out to try and bring livestock down here to move rocks.
Oh, is this an animal
inside of an
handling roll?
enclosed area?
Is this animal handling? Or what kind
Yeah,
of
it's
roll?
animal handling.
There we go.
Oh my! Well,
Only an 11?
yeah, that is a super low roll. You could have only with a 6 on your wild die, you could only rolled 1 point less than that. I mean, 10 was your absolute minimum, and you got 11, and that's okay. However, normally the difficulty would have been a 10, but the creature is currently frightened because you're taking it by the guy that attacked him. So your difficulty is actually 15 right now. The donkey is bucking and trying to get away from you. I mean, you didn't like royally screw it, so he's just pulling away. He's not attacking or losing it, but he's not going down that hall. I mean, I don't think you have the strength to pick up a donkey and carry it.
No, we're just gonna like move the donkey back to a safer area back in here and keep him there until he calms the hell down. So like back in this area, we'll just keep him there till he calms down, or until the secret passage is done, and I'll move him through there. Where'd that
Where'd
donkey
the donkey
go?
go?
Oh.
Like, he was eaten by the dwarf. Part of him was already.
Oh my god.
All right.
You sickos.
He's not actually eaten by the
Hey,
what
the
are you talking
dwarf
about?
started it.
Hey, Esri, what are you up to right now?
Oh, I don't actually recall. It's been 2 weeks.
Your character was last left somewhere near Erda. But, it has been 2 weeks. I don't remember the last thing that you personally did other than I think you went over there to either feed him or give him information, talk to him, something like that. I think that's the last thing you did.
Yeah, we did feed him. I think that was the last thing we did.
Is there anything you want to be trying to do or accomplish while you are inside this asylum other than wander about and be present?
Well, since I just checked on Erda, I guess I will go back and chit chat with the guards, try to stay chummy with them.
All right. So you go to the guards. There's always like one or two of them at least sitting in that area at the moment. We'll say all three are there. They do their rounds. They do them sporadically. Like a whole shift might go by and they do 1 round each, or maybe 2 rounds, 1 and 1. They don't take their job like very seriously. You don't see them scrambling.
Right.
They're pretty laid back about it, despite the fact they're in this super gloomy asylum. And it's mostly because they don't seem to really care about the prisoners or what's going on. They just want to sit there, get their shift done, and get out. But they are all armed. They do look like they're ready for trouble, but for the most part, they don't do a lot. Occasionally, you've noticed, because y'all's third day here, I think. They do during the day take the prisoners out one at a time, and there's a yard. It's like that dirt pit if you go kind of south on the map.
Mm-hmm.
I say yard, but there's no sunlight in there. It's just kind of an empty area that they sometimes will let a prisoner walk around in for about like 30 minutes and then take them back to their cell. And you can't imagine being trapped in these cells. There's definitely no way this asylum is helping anyone recover from any kind of insanity. It's more like it's just keeping them locked away from the rest of us.
Well, let's see. Being that I come from a fairly military, regimented, disciplined society, I'm going to say I take my duties more seriously than they do, and I would be doing rounds, at least several times every shift, making sure that if the prisoners do need something, they get it, that kind of thing, that, I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing in between chatting with them.
All right. You can tell that by actually doing your job. You get, they kind of like ruffles their feathers a bit. They get that kind of because it makes them all look bad when one person is actually working. I'm sure you've been in real life situations like that where you're doing your job and your coworkers are lazy and they're like, it's her again. They don't openly say it because you don't openly say, "Gosh, dang, would you slow down so that we don't have to work?" But
they might go, you don't have to work so hard, right?
The implicit.
Nobody's watching us. But yeah, she's pretty disciplined, so she's still going to be, doing whatever she thinks is expected of her, whether she thinks they like it or not, because that's just her nature.
All right, and that's it. Unless you want to strike, if you want to strike up an actual conversation, if there's something you wish to like root for information wise with guards, inmates, anybody, let me know. Otherwise, we're going to move on. So, but I don't want to move on, not give you a chance.
No, that sounds fine.
Okay. Hey, Erda.
Yeah.
So, I don't think you've wandered too far.
I don't have an option, really. So I'm just trying to avoid the feces.
Yeah. Well, you got a bucket now.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that they cleaned up the feces that was already there.
Oh, yeah, I guess not. Didn't he put it in a hole or something?
Oh, yeah. Didn't you give me a hole?
Corey?
No.
Where are you gone?
Did you give me? Did you give me a hole?
I kind of closed up the mess you already had in a hole to get rid of it, but we gave you a bucket.
Okay, cool. Then yeah. I'll be sitting in a corner then somewhere and just like waiting on
the world.
Actually, my character's more active than that. Maybe he's probably sitting back trying to come up with a plan on how to get the information that I need out of Air Direct. So, maybe I don't need to talk to the creature that speaks my language. I need to talk to the creature that the guy who's speaking in that weird snake language, the reptiloid language.
It's called Reptile, and
Reptile.
I think you have Scholar, so I'll just say you know the name of the language without having to make a roll.
I do have Scholar. I have a very high Scholar skill.
In that case, not only do you know that it's called Reptile, you'll know that that's the common word for it. And whatever it's called in the reptilian language is probably something else. Just
probably
like the Japanese don't
S's.
call their language Japanese.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm still trying to think of how I can bridge the communication gap with that creature, that person, that side, whatever's left of that, to get the information that we need, because I don't think I'm going to get it from this demon, whatever spirit is plaguing this man.
Unfortunately, there's that language barrier. Do you have any thoughts on that, or?
Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking about. There are two things I can think of, and both of them are really bad options.
Okay. Well, that sounds fun. I'm down already. Let's hear it.
So I guess the first question is, can I see anything through the hole in this wall?
You do technically have dark vision, so you could make that. You can make that roll.
Excuse me, sir. I have ultra vision.
Right. Ultra vision because it's the D6 system. But yes, you have a form of dark vision called ultra vision, and you can maybe make out something to that hole. Go ahead and make a check.
Investigation?
Yeah, I'll allow investigation. That's fine. Essentially what's going to happen is the target number goes up because of the darkness, but you tell me what level or how many ranks you have in ultravision, and I will subtract that from the target number before you roll.
It's 2?
Okay. So that lowers the difficulty by 2.
Right. Okay, well then here's just my plain roll. Oh, I saw that one and I was like, oh god.
And not in a bad place though.
Not in a bad place.
But the 6 isn't in a better place either, unfortunately.
Yeah, exactly. All right, well that's not terrible. That's 14.
Yeah.
total.
All right. So due to the fact that it's super dark in there, it was going to be a 15, but you have 2 ranks. So that brought it down to 13 and you exceeded that by 1.
Oh,
That's how that works.
All right.
That was to get a base see anything. And what you can see at the moment, you can make out a humanoid form. I mean, you can't see any real detail on his face or anything, or her face, because like I say, no detail. But you can make out a humanoid form, like has definitely found the hole and like fingers it and like is looking through it. And as you are putting your face there and looking through it, you hear, "Ah, I see you now. When are you going to come? Let me out and I will get us out of here. I will kill all the guards for you. We can bathe in their entrails."
I need the tome. I need the chant. The only way I can get out of this cell is with the power inside of those tomes. And if I don't have it, there's no way for me to get into your cell and out of this cell. Or speak to the woman.
Roll persuasion.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna roll first, and then make decisions.
Wow, that's a 0.
That's your persuasion?
Yeah.
You're amazing. I just
I
want to
know.
say how amazing you are.
I appreciate it. I'll spend a character point.
All right. That could get you all the way up there if you keep rolling 6s.
True.
Roll a bunch.
What does that do? Does that make it even worse?
No, it doesn't. It comes out the same. I mean, you were at 0 and now you're at 0. So 0 is a 0 is 0.
I mean, I meant like if I roll another die, does that just automatically cancel out the next die I roll?
no, because the next die would also be a wild die. So it's not canceled by the previous wild die.
Okay. All right, then I'll spend another one.
All right.
I don't.
Hey, that's far better than you've been doing.
Yeah, you got a total of
Exactly.
5 now. I don't think that's gonna work.
I'm on my way. I have another character point to spend.
Man, you got high hopes, man. Just don't roll a 1 again. Okay, that's better. You're
9.
getting there. You're up to
You need
9.
one more.
9.
You know,
Lucky
one more to
6.
make an average roll of a 10.
Well, if he rolls a 1, that's bad. But if he rolls a 2 or better, 11 or better.
Yeah, anything but a 1.
It's up to you if you got the
Okay.
points.
I'll get it. I'll spend another one.
Wow, okay. Oh, it like hovered on the 6 for like a half second.
Yeah, I
It
did.
too. But hey, we're still at 11.
Okay,
You made that
11. I'm gonna spend one last character point. That
All
takes
right.
me down. I've spent half of them.
Okay.
You need a 4 better.
Nope, that's good.
5.
I like it.
All right. So
You're at
that's a 16.
That's a good roll.
It is. That was a lot of points, but it's a good roll. All right.
Who needs
So-
to advance your character when you can just like, do the things you need to do right now?
Who needs to ever get better at stuff?
I know.
I'd like to get better
I
at
need-
stuff, but I am being asked to do a lot of things I'm not good at.
I need to make a video about this mechanic right here because it's in a lot of other games where you spend XP to do like a right now thing at the cost of like further making your character better. There's pluses and minuses to this galore.
All right, well, put a pin in that for later.
Yeah, we will. I will.
Okay. So You plead. At first, your voice is a little shaky, but you force yourself. You kind of gather your thoughts as you're talking, and you get your point across. You think fairly well, and everything you said comes together. There's no like holes in your story that you're aware of. So you put that
I've
across
covered
to him,
all of my bases.
or as you can tell.
Perfectly. And he's like, necromancy doesn't do any of those things that you just said, so
It's like, be please. All right. So, and as you're talking and you're pleading through the hole and looking at it, for a moment you see his eye perfectly red, like as if it were lit from the inside.
Oh, that's creepy.
While he's watching you as you're speaking, and that's probably why you had that initial wild failure there.
Yeah. I had never thought I'd ever understand what a jack-o'-lantern shaped like an eye would look like, but now I do. I have that mental image.
I can help you. You want necromancy, I can give you necromancy. But I am in here. I can't get out of here until the wards are down. But you have friends here. Talk to your friends. I've heard you talk to your friends.
You must know someone outside. Someone outside of here who can help.
Not that I can talk to.
Then we sit here and rot. And I take a thump down.
Are you sure you don't want to try talking to your friends, breaking my sigils on these walls? There's so much we can do together.
And what guarantee have I that you will ever get me out of this place? Should I free you?
I am bound by my word, whether I like it or not. If I make you a promise, then I've made you a promise that I will live up to. Would you like to make a scholar check on demons and whether or not that's a thing?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Like, he could just
Like,
be
how do we know
lying.
he's telling the truth?
Yeah. This could all be bull, but if I roll a bad roll, it's not terrible. I think that's
It's
Close-
a
close
demon
to
lore.
average.
Demon lore is considered some banned information. It's not known by the common average person.
actually I have
Throw that hint out there.
I have a specialization
Oh,
in necromancy. I don't know if that's going to help me at all, but I do have that.
it's a form of demon magic. You know what? I'll allow it. So if you just one extra die.
Yeah,
Go
it's
ahead and
just
roll
one extra die.
Roll that
See,
one extra
Ezri
die.
told you he was a necromancer.
17.
All right.
Okay.
You're
Not
at
that she really
17.
knows.
Are you stopping there? Because I can't tell you the target number. It's not like L5R.
Yeah, I'm going to stop there.
It's more like where you're playing a game of dice gambling where I know the number and you're trying to beat the number, but I'm not going to tell you the number until afterwards, which makes me feel bad, which is afterwards. Well, a lot of times I'll actually parse it out for you real quick so that you know that I'm not just being random going, what'd you roll, a 24? I decided it was 25. You thought you had a good roll, but I don't want you to win.
No, we know you wouldn't do that.
All right. So, you roll a 17. With a 17, I will say that you're aware that there is more than one type of demon, and that some demons actually claim to follow this rule, but you don't know for a fact if they have to or if it's just something they say to mess with people, because you just don't know. It's something that you probably made a mental note going, that's interesting. I wonder if that's real. And then later on, you didn't get a chance to look it up.
Yeah.
Because you don't have Google on your phone.
I don't. Not at all. And I was kind of excommunicated from the place that I could have probably done more research on it.
Probably. So,
Trade-offs.
so maybe it could be a thing. You've heard of it before, but you don't know if it's if it's just like a random story about demons or if it's an actual factual story. Factual. So he might be telling the truth. Of course, he could be the other kind of demon that it is just saying that just because. One of these demons always tells the truth, and one of these demons always lies. No,
Damn riddles.
But also reptiloids lie consistently.
well, reptiloids
Does
are
that
humanoids.
cancel
so
out? Yeah. Does that cancel out the other lies? No.
Would
Okay,
your
so-
reptiloid tell me that this door leads to the heart of the labyrinth?
Okay, so here's something I want to do. I want to test. I know that I'm able to teleport in this building. This guy's saying that there are like runes or wards that is keeping
Right.
him suppressed. I want to see if it also suppresses my ability to do magic. And so I'm gonna sit down in the room and I'm gonna do a little bit of chanting. And is there anything in the room that I can use to draw blood?
Okay. You have metal binders on, just so that you're aware. They weigh about 10 pounds, which means you are down a lot to cast magic.
Okay. Well, like I'm not trying to actually like.
Okay. I just wanted to remind you.
I'm just trying to see if it actually works. You know what I mean?
Okay. I just wanted to remind you because that's a thing that you would be aware of in character.
Sure.
And,
yeah, that makes
and
sense.
they know that you cast magic, so they definitely put the binders on you.
Oh yeah,
Because,
yeah.
you know,
I think you made. Yeah, I think you even mentioned it when it was happening.
all right. I was pretty sure, but I wasn't 100%, so never hurts to just go back over it. All right. Let me pull it up. What are you trying to do exactly so I can pick out your target number?
I am just trying to, like, see if I can manipulate blood, right? So I'm gonna try to draw some blood out of myself and see if I can start forming it into something I can use later. You know what I mean? So we talked about in previously, like storing, being able to store that kind of life energy so that I could use it later to like heal somebody, for instance. So what I'm thinking is just taking a bit of my own blood, using it as like a little pearl to see if I can hold it and like maintain the magical connection. If not, I'll know immediately that whatever runes are being used to suppress him will also suppress the same type of magic I have. So it's just like a little
Okay, so just the
experiment.
most basic thing you can do.
Exactly.
Your absolute basic of anything that you do, the target number is going to be a 10, which means for you right now, with the 10 pounds of metal on you, is a 20. Which is the whole reason they put that stuff on you.
Yeah, that makes sense. So I will just
and also,
attempt-
if you don't, you have to speak and gesticulate. If you don't do those two things, either one of those, it's a 5-point penalty. If you don't do both of them, it's another 10-point penalty.
Yeah, I'll do both of those things. I don't mind.
Okay.
I'll attempt to cast magic. I'm not going to be worried about that.
Okay, just making sure.
Especially if nothing happens and I know that like both of our magics are going to be useless. But if I find out that my magic is worthwhile and his magic isn't, that changes the playing field dramatically. So I'm gonna just roll my thingy, my skill.
Oh, this is wrong. Just so you know, you only have 2 pounds of metal on you because it says it's 5 for each pound, not each 5 pounds. I don't know what I was thinking, which is great because that would be really heavy medicals, man. You'd just be on the floor after a while.
Yeah. Oh my god, my arms.
Because I have weights. I work out with dumbbells all the time, but the idea of having them on my arms all day, oh god, no.
Yeah. Trying to lift them. I just want to eat my soup.
Wait, you don't wear weighted clothing like Goku? Come on.
Yeah.
How are you gonna get
very
just
stronger?
my underwear, just the underwear. That way, my pelvic thrusts are amazing.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if that's how that works.
That's for dance purposes. I don't know what y'all are thinking.
So that I can do squats better, so I can pick up boxes.
There you go.
Your
All right.
mind out of the gutter.
So you got a total of a 21.
Yep.
It's awesome. You can pull off any minor effect. What What exactly are you trying to do? Like,
So basically, all that's going to happen is I'm going to, use the metal bindings to kind of dig into my own arm to like draw some blood, and then I'm going to draw that blood out and see if I can create a little sphere in front of me with the blood, and that will prove to me that I can actually manipulate my magic. If not, then
okay.
well, I'm kind of screwed.
So just a little bit of blood comes out and it begins to form, and almost like watching those videos of the astronauts on the space station when they're drinking water, it just kind of floats in front of you, and it's just kind of becomes a perfect sphere and just slowly is spinning. And it does that for about 6 seconds, one round.
Makes sense. Okay.
And then splash. Unless you drink it or something weird, in which case it goes back in you. Because that's how blood works. If you drink it, it's just right back in the bloodstream, I'm sure.
Exactly. Goes straight to your throat connects straight to your veins, dummy. So of course it does. Just drink blood and it goes down the blood tube into your heart cavity.
All right, sounds good. You have proven to yourself that you do have magic. But you also are aware that it is a pain to cast. That was for you. That felt like way more stress for you than normal, and you know it's the metal that is inhibiting you.
Huh.
So if they were to slap you in a suit of armor,
yeah, I'd be screwed. That's probably why I don't wear any armor still.
But you would take less damage from stuff like a donkey kick.
That's true. Donkey kicks, stabs. Those are one of my weaknesses. Sometimes when I'm getting stabbed, I just can't handle it because it's being stabbed by an armed guard.
Wine. It was just
straight through the chest.
Just one stab.
Like, come on, you can survive a single stab. Yeah. Not like I had a sucking chest wound after that or anything. All right. So now I know that I can do magic. Now I know I can kind of leverage. I have things that I can try to leverage over this guy. I'm going to scurry over to the other side of the wall, or the other side of my cell, for instance, over here where they have that little thing that I could speak to Esri through, and I'm gonna wait to hear again, like last time, somebody walking by.
Okay. Before I continue on that, would anybody else like to speak up about what they're doing?
I actually have another idea of something I might like to do while I'm sitting with the guards.
Sure.
The book that I've been trying to teach myself how to read common from, that I have been getting nowhere with, I'm going to pull that out and ask them to explain some wording to me that I see used commonly, so I can start trying to get a leg up on that.
Sure. Well, there was one guard that was like into you, so he volunteers immediately.
Yeah, I will ask him to help teach me some of the common writing.
He will. He sits too close, and he, like he puts his head real close to yours to point to stuff, and he's a creeper. I
will suppress the urge to stab him. Because her first instinct is to point a dagger at him to make him get back, but then she suppresses it. She's like, no, okay, I want his help.
Well, your lack of stabbing is just proof that you do want him to keep doing this.
That's what we call flirting.
And then 10 years later, they're happily married with child number 2 on the way.
But she has mastered Vallanthia, she speaks that language and reads it perfectly.
Do I need to do a roll with assistance or something?
Yeah, essentially, just you can make a scholar check to begin to kind of gather what he's teaching you. You can add a die for his assistance. I'm not going to make him roll because he knows how to read. So
I should hope so. All right, let's see. Scholar, you said, okay. So I add it to the D plus.
Right. Well,
right.
It's. Oh, whatever your scholar roll is, you have one extra die, not one extra pip, so that you're clear.
Okay, so if I have 4 normally, it's 5 at the moment?
It'll be 5 dice, yes.
Okay.
Okay. That's a heck of a roll. You're good to go.
Yay.
All the
Trying to
studying that
understand a
you've done on
little.
this before, like you've memorized all these random silly symbols, but once he starts pointing to it, it all just starts to fall into place, and you're like, okay. So yes, you can now justify with that roll. Yeah, you can justify if you ever want to spend the character points to buy literacy, you can.
Cool. Yes, I do want to do that.
Great.
Hey, did you not have the the ability to read? Oh, is this Vallantian?
This
Right,
is
the common
Vallanthia,
language.
because remember, none of us can
Yes.
read Vallantian. So at
Yeah,
least
that's
someone
huge.
will be able to read signs and stuff from now on.
That is very helpful. She has found
Yeah.
her special place in the group as girl that can read.
That
Do
and
you
is
read?
really good at stabbing people.
The stabbing people, the shadow magic, that was neat. But hey, you know what she can really do? She can sing the alphabet song
In Vallantian.
in Vallanthia. But she does it with a sexy elf accent.
Which I guess is kind of like a British accent.
Sure. Why not?
Because it's really hoity.
Hoity-toity.
Yeah. It's posh British accent.
I was hoping for French accent.
I'll leave it up to her. All right, so she's learning to read. Are contractors doing the usual of digging and making their tunnels?
I'm digging, but he's gone to go recover wherever he needs to recover.
All right, so he's going to be laying there. We can do that real quick if you like. You're beneath the church, the Temple of Light. When you go up there and start asking around of where to go, and people see that you're bandaged up, you'll be taken to. I'm not going to pull up the whole map just for one character. I'm just going to describe it. You'll be taken through this. This place is huge, and there's a lot of side rooms. You actually have to go through a minor labyrinth almost of side rooms to get to an area where there are a lot of beds. It's like a what do you call it in the military when they have that big place full of beds?
Barracks.
Barracks. My brain just didn't want to come up with that word. All right, so it's almost like a barracks, but cleaner. And the beds are kind of comfortable. They're the mattresses are mostly feathered or filled with feathers. And there's a woman will come and attend to you. She's wearing like a generic version of the priest robes. It's not as ornate as any of the more important priests around here. It's more like just the white with a simple yellow in the front area. That is it doesn't even really depict the light, just so much as a yellow rectangle. And she's very friendly and a little light confused as to how to help you because you have a very unique anatomy. But she'll tend to your wounds. If you want to just relax and rest, if you sleep, you will get a bonus. Basically, I'll make her roll. Actually, let me look it up real quick. There is a bonus to your healing, basically, so that you can recover faster.
Okay.
And I will look it up because it is under the template of Physiker.
I can imagine. Tall Michelle sleep.
Well, that's the name of the episode right there. That's the thing that's going to catch people, get excited to play this game.
Yeah. You can
Tom
sleep
sleeps.
in this game, bro. You can sleep in it.
And you can pet the dog.
You can
I
also
get
pet the
kicked
dog.
in the back of the head by a donkey.
Yeah, you will get donkey punched in this game by an actual donkey.
All right.
No
So
less.
it says that you gain 2 dice to your physique stamina roll for all natural healing attempts. And your critical failures, if you have one, in other words, if you roll a 1 on the wild die, it's just treated like a 1 and it has no negative effect because you have a doctor watching you. So you don't suddenly just spike and die in the middle of the night. Doctors are cool in this game. They have regular medicine ability makes you awesome. Did you roll?
Oh, which roll should I make?
Okay, it's physique stamina.
Okay.
I thought I heard the dice go off, but I didn't see an actual roll come up. That was weird.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Well.
Okay.
Erupts into a giant or mushroom.
Also, so that you know, you are still affected by the -3 dice, but you're up 2 dice. Did you do those 2 things?
No, I forgot to do that.
All right. It's all right. We'll just let that go as it is, but we got to start remembering to subtract dice for being wounded.
Okay, so it was supposed to be subtract 2 dice, right?
You're down 3 dice for being at the incapacitated level, but you're up 2 dice for having the doctor watch you. So instead of having what it looks like
So just minus
5d6, it would have been 4d6. But I said we're just going to let this go and just let that be the roll for now.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to pull up the got wounds chart.
I shall mummify. And then arise again.
That mean you just dry out? And then like we have
I
to put
will
moisturizer.
rehydrate.
Yeah, we need to put moisturizer on you in order for you to like
Moisturize me. I still remember that goddamn episode.
moist.
All right. You need night's rest, these hours more, fully, blah, 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 blah. You exceed a 15 by 2 additional. So you go from incap to severely wounded to wounded. Oh, well, you're fine. Well, that worked out pretty well for you.
All right.
Essentially, when you wake up, you feel a little sluggish, but only for the time it takes you to stand up. But unfortunately, that's 8 hours from now. So before I fast forward to 8 hours from now, or basically to the next day when everybody's back on shift, is there anything the rest of y'all want to do before we go into day 4 of your life working in the asylum?
Well, they have to say something, not me.
Or living in the asylum.
Or I went to sleep.
Heroically. White Ape, anything you're doing?
Just my job.
All right.
Got to make that secret tunnel. Got to make the other things. All of the things. All of the things.
Okay. I'm going to say that time passes. In the morning, the first person there, of course, is the person that's living there. Erda, you will see a face that you're getting a little bit more familiar with now, even though you already knew who he was prior to this. You see Earthmaster Garage as he walks by. I actually gave him a mini.
Oh, nice.
It's weird to make a Minotaur with no leg and no horns.
Yeah. But I like the rock formations underneath his feet. It looks cool.
Right, you hear him coming before you see him because of that.
It's plumping.
Yeah, and he walks by, and you hear the sound of the earth moving again in the wall, and then after a couple of minutes, he's going to start walking by again. So, if you wish to interact with him or say anything, let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to have him go ahead and leave.
I mean, he knows who I am.
He does.
So I could ask him something. I will whisper through one of the holes as he's walking by. And say, okay. What's his he's the master of Earth.
Earthmaster Garage is his title is Earthmaster.
Earthmaster.
He is the head teacher at the of the stone sculptors at that pyramid that you've been to.
Yeah, I just didn't remember it was Earth Master of Earth or Earth Master. Okay, so
you probably respond to either, especially if you got his name Garage in there somewhere.
Yeah. Okay, so I will say, Earthmaster Garage. It is me, Erda.
He stops. He looks around for a moment. Let's see. He's actually
everywhere and nowhere all at once. Start plugging with him. God.
Oh, look at him. He's gonna notice, but since he got the die, I'm gonna go ahead and roll it. Okay.
Nothing gets by this guy.
His one eye just zeroes in on that hole.
Holy crap, there's a hole in this wall.
He looks at the hole and then he studies it some more.
So your student is earning his tuition here. And I'll giggle at that.
And what are you doing in here?
Work.
Work as an inmate in an asylum?
Yes, of course. I'm here on assignment. I have infiltrated the asylum. Yes. Yes,
You'll forgive
infiltrated.
me if I don't automatically trust an inmate in an asylum.
Oh, but you know, it's me, Erda. You know, White Ape's friend. I sleep
I
on the
remember.
stone inside of your temple.
I remember you. I just don't know that I believe you as to why you're here.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Talk to White Ape. He's here. Tell White Ape that the information we seek is much harder to find. They'll understand.
Very well. And he will start to march off.
Oh. And please tell him that I need a new bucket. The current one is, well, it's foul.
He looks at you like through the hole for a moment, and then you don't hear him walking off yet. And then inside the cell, the bucket begins to sink down, and you can see that it's starting to, like, the stonework beneath you is altering. Essentially, remember that Corey's character, I think, told you he can see through the rock because you were there for that.
Yeah.
Well, this guy's the Earth Master, so
Of course. Yeah.
he's realizing what the problem is in your cell, and he's rearranging your furniture or lack thereof. Also, speaking of lack of furniture, a stone like outcropping begins to form that gives you a place to sit. And he makes you a stone bed, which doesn't look particularly comfy, but at the same time, it is raised and more. It looks better than being on the floor.
Yeah.
But it's still stone. You know,
Okay,
there's
yeah.
the trade-off. It's going to be made out of rock because it was made by him.
And pretty much at any cost, it's gonna be out of rock.
The part that you can't see is that there already is a whole sewer system under here. He just basically joined your cell to it.
Which is very kind of him. Seriously kind of him.
Also, when just like Corey can, when he looks through the rock, he can see whether or not this has been altered by another or another stone sculptor, and he could see the work that Corey's character did, and decide to just finish it. And that whole process probably takes about like 10 minutes, and then you hear him walking off, but he doesn't say anything else to you unless you address him again.
No, I'll let him work patiently and not bug him again. Okay. I'm already asking him to do something that is probably outside of his wheelhouse at this point.
And actually, now that I think about it, it seems like he should have noticed immediately that there was a new cell there, since he walks that path every morning.
Yeah, but he may not have thought anyone was inside of it yet.
Yeah, he was just like, oh, that's weird, new, whatever, not my business. All right. But he is here before Corey's shift starts. So, Corey, you don't actually see him.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. So you do not know anything about that, and you don't know, Erda does not know what happened with that information.
My message. It was the message in a bottle.
Corey, is your character staying
at the
here, or are you staying at the temple still?
I'm staying at the temple, the Earth Temple.
Okay.
That's where I stay.
In that case, before you go to work, one of the runners, there's basically one of the low level like students, will come to you as you're coming out in the morning and say, I have a message from Earthmaster Garage.
Well, thank you very much. Do I tip you?
No, I haven't told you the message.
Oh, I thought it was written down or something. No, please. Is it?
I mean,
I've
he could
heard of
make you a
this.
stone tablet. but-
I've heard of this. You sing, right?
The guy just stares at you. No, he just wants you to know that your friend says he's in the asylum working and that the information is hard to get. That's all I know.
The information is hard to get. Yes, that's why we're in the asylum.
No, we're in the temple.
You're in the temple. I'm going to the asylum now.
You're in
well-
the temple, and you're always going to be in the temple, man, because you're never going to see what's outside of it. People like me, we see the asylum.
Your
okay?
mind is a temple, but my mind is an asylum.
He just stares at you for a moment and goes, well, I hope they can help you at the asylum. And he turns to leave.
But no, that's not what I meant. Okay. Have a good day. Thank you for the message.
Appreciate it.
It's just like you're weird, dude.
It's good that you're getting help.
Oh, yeah. Things I need to do at the temple, actually, is to make sure that they know that there is going to be money coming in from a contract at the asylum, and that this money has been procured by me for tuition, board, that sort of stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, let's just say that happens. We don't need to roleplay all that out unless
Exactly.
you just want to. Okay.
And then I'll go to work with Rudel. With me and Rudel going to work again.
All right. As you are crossing through the Lights Hope chapel, or the big church, you do see. I keep saying Lights Hope. It's Lights Peace Asylum, and the Cathedral of Light is the name of the big place. Lights Hope is in WoW, and there's too much light is the problem.
Could cast
Anyway.
some shadows.
That's really a problem for Esri. As you are passing through the church, you do see that Tom is getting up. He is just coming out of an area where they fed him.
To a
There's a big like banquet hall where everybody eats, and breakfast was like when you're at an expensive hotel, you know that big ridiculous breakfast they put out for everybody. It's kind of like that. It's pretty nice. I don't know how
And a
much of it
continental
you want to
spread.
eat, but yeah, absolutely.
All right, I'll go see Tom. Tom, you're looking better. Are you still wounded? How are you feeling?
So far, I'm feeling as normal as I would say. So they did a really good job with me.
I was
Thank you.
very worried about you. I didn't know if you were going to make it. I was super worried.
Perhaps I should not go off on animal handling at this point in time.
I brought some water and some oats for the donkey that's still down there.
Oh,
Wouldn't come.
dear. Well, if I haven't told you as I was injured, that dwarf got a hand on the donkey and bit its ear off.
Yeah, I noticed. I figured it was the dwarf.
I am not entirely too happy with what happened, but I will perhaps take it back, or if you want me to continue doing work down there, you could perhaps take it back to the stall I purchased.
I'll
residents
take it
from.
back. I think that's a better idea that I take it back.
Yes.
I don't want you near that animal again. It hurt you once really badly, and I don't want to see that happen to you again.
I don't blame the animal itself, but I do find that I was a little too careless when I brought it down. That I will take responsibility for that. But
Okay.
Thank you for the help regardless.
Oh, yeah, message from Erda.
Oh?
It's really hard to get the information.
Hmm.
So make sure to tell Esri as well.
Hmm.
By the way, we're speaking Terran.
Yes. We're speaking in Terran, not common.
Yes. So
How would I say this as best as possible in common if she can understand it? Or perhaps
We're speaking in our super secret language. Right. Can we say it again out loud for everyone else, though, in their language? Sorry, I'm going. Go ahead.
Which is why I'm going to say, how would you say that information in Elven then, so that way we don't tip off the guards?
Okay, it sounds like we're gonna sound it out. Ready? And I will teach him to say this phrase in Elven.
Information is hard to get. All right.
I don't know what that means though. Esri should ask him and figure that out. What we need to do to get him better stuff.
Go ahead and make a quick scholar check to see if you can memorize that phrase and repeat it later.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yep.
All right. Let's see. That would be under intellect, right? Or acumen?
It's under
Right,
intellect.
because,
Intellect scholar.
Intellect 8.
Impressive.
Where?
Passable.
All right, you think you've got the phrase down, and you're good to go.
If you put the
Y'all
accents on the wrong syllables, it's really easy to make it sound like the old woman's cookies are stale.
He just
So
straight
it's
up
very
walks over to
important.
Esri. He's like, "Hey, orgasms are hard to get." He's all, tell me about it.
He's like, yeah, I know. You don't have to bring it up.
Are you kidding or are you serious?
No, he's not in there yet, but
Okay. I was like, he says what?
Am I saying it right? Let me try again. Orgasms are hard to get.
You're saying it slower.
let me
and
say it
louder.
louder.
Yeah, slower and louder.
I don't know. White Ape told me to tell you.
I have no idea what it means, but White Ape said it was important.
They have explosive diarrhea? What? I knew I should have stayed away from that burrito place next to the murdered squirrel.
They're cheap though, so it's hard. Convenient, right on the way to the asylum. I get it.
Chipotle.
But I'm not even sure that you as a mushroom should be eating any of this stuff
I mean,
because you're a mushroom.
you can eat anything. Mushroom people just kind of like, they grow into things, absorb all their nutrients.
And then flee. As spores on the wind.
Yeah, I'm amazed that like the mushroom people aren't like like a parasite that is in part of another species and is like walking around controlling his body. Hello, I am Tom. Like
It's the brain slug.
I'm not actually the mushroom person itself. I'm the spore controlling the mushroom person.
You're just that little like green blob from Futurama that sits on people's heads.
Yeah, the
At
brain
that point.
slug.
Stare into the eyes of Hypnotoad.
So you all are there. What I did is I translated the phrase a few times through the Google Translate through a few random languages. And the good news for you guys is it's a very basic short phrase. In Elven, somehow, Tom tells Esri, getting information is difficult.
Okay.
And-
She'll give Tom kind of a funny look and go over to Erda because she assumes that has something to do with him.
Okay.
Shall I do a crafting roll to continue work at the area where we're designated?
Sure, y'all can do your crafting, and I think Corey was using magic, so he can do his magic roll. What do
Actually,
y'all
I
wanna
was
do?
taking the goat back.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Donkey.
All right. Are you gonna be using the donkey again today?
No, we were gonna take it back.
Okay, go ahead. Did you ever make an animal hunting roll to get out of the building?
No, I made another one. It's out of 10 again.
Okay. Well, then it's out.
This game is really hard when the difficulties are by 5 and you only get a D6. Like, difficulties should be by 3 in this game, not by 5.
You'd be surprised how quickly it turns around. Once you start actually putting points into a skill rather than just spending all your XP on wild dice,
Yeah.
it'll turn around super fast.
Let's hope.
But until you put it, start spending that XP to up stuff. All right. Yeah, you can just take the donkey back. You don't have to do anything special for that.
I have a feeling that they're gonna keep the deposit, considering we brought
that's
the poor
right.
thing back wounded.
That's right. That's a good point.
Yeah.
On the upside, as far as White Ape's concerned, it's not his money.
Hey, I got a steady income of 10 gold a month that I have to spend anyways. So
and you spent
I don't
yours.
get to accumulate it.
You spent yours on a head wound.
Oh, there's so much truth to that statement.
So it's like any video game when you jump on him and like a coin comes out.
It's me, Smeario. I make you into a smear on the floor.
Esri, you go talk to Erda. Erda, you hear a voice outside you hear somebody walking outside your hole in your wall.
Go. Is that you, White Ape?
No, it's Esri.
Well, hello again.
Are you doing okay in there?
Someone made me a bed.
Well, that's progress.
It's still very cold.
Did you send out some kind of message about information?
Yes. I was trying to tell White Ape that the information that he wanted is quite difficult to get.
Oh, okay, because Tom gave me a weird message in Elven that didn't make much sense, but I figured it had something to do with you.
Does Tom speak Elven?
No, I think that's why it was confusing.
Well, I didn't know for sure since he's been around you the longest. Perhaps he picked up some words here and there. I guess it's a bit much to ask of a mushroom.
He's a smart guy,
Ouch.
but he's a smart guy, but Elven is not one of his native languages.
Well, of course, I'm sure it is very hard on his palate.
Anyway,
He has a palate.
what do you suggest? What can we do to help?
Oh, yes. Back to business, as it were. Well, he seems quite intent on murdering you, and perhaps everybody else in this entire building.
Well, that's not good. I'm
No,
against that.
I think he's having some internal conflict. There seems to be a bit of dual personalities going on, and it is a rather interesting and disturbing display when being subjected to for hours at a time. His rants are disturbing, to say the least.
Right. Yeah. Well, I figured they didn't lock him up like that because he was a friendly guy.
Well, he seems actually rather keen on trying to cut a deal with somebody in order to try to escape. He seems rather friendly about it at first, but I'm certain that that way leads to doom. That being
Because
said,
he
the only way
wants to murder everyone once he escapes, right?
Yes, and I'm sure he's go back to this cult and attempt to amass more power, and then eventually rip through the flesh of reality and burst forth a horde of demon spawn that will assault those who are in the area.
So he's
Perhaps-
a cultist.
Well, yes, of course.
Has
We
he
knew
said who his cult worships?
I'm assuming the demon that is possessing him.
Did you find out a
Not-
name?
Not certain. He would not give me the name of. Well, the demon would not give me a name for himself. Nor would he give me any advice or assistance unless I were to clear the runes that bind him here and stop him from using his magic, which I've discovered are not necessarily runes to stop all magic, just the kind that he is using. This runic magic, this demon magic. I don't know if the possession is part of some deal he made for his magical abilities, or if his journey in magic led him to become possessed, perhaps mad with power at one point. Not quite certain. The details of his rants are quite hazy, as half the time he speaks in a language that I have no clue how to even begin to decode. But I do know that it is reptiloid, but what kind of variations or even reference to the language itself would be impossible to retrieve here in a stone cell in the dark. But, spirits up, keeping up the spirits, trying to, just make sense of this crazy world. And, let us just say, I'm not so certain that he will be willing to give up the information that we seek so wantonly. We have to do something to entice this demon into making such a Hellions bargain. And then, hopefully, pull back from the brink of destruction at the last moment before he is freed, and perhaps use that as a way to manipulate him. Or I could, of course, just try to murder the man, but then we don't get any of the information.
Right. Well, let me see what I could do. I'll go talk to White Ape and Tom. Is there anything specifically you want me to ask them for or about?
I suppose it'd be too much to ask to get some mystic elven toast and eggies.
Mystic Elven what?
Never mind. It's a delicacy from what seems like a lifetime ago. Just some food, please. And
Yeah, that
I don't
that
need
I
a
can
bucket.
arrange.
I don't need a bucket anymore. Luckily, White Ape's instructor or the master of his temple, he was so kind as to hook up my bathroom or my cell to some kind of sewer system just below this facility, which has unleashed a monstrous smell into the room. But at least I can defecate in peace.
Well, you should be on the rounds to get food. I'll double check on that for you. I did put him on the list, Howard. Is he?
Yeah, he well, I guess that's true. I forgot you put him on the list. So I should have added that in, that a note would have gone out to the stone sculptors and he would have been fed by Earthmaster.
Yeah, I was
Garage.
wondering about that.
I honestly, that slipped my mind.
I like the idea of the laxness of this entire place being like, they'll figure it out one of these days.
You know, we can actually run with that because that's actually not untrue. Most of the guards don't take this very seriously. The people are not well taken care of. You see a lot of room for some asylum reform, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, there's some policy reform.
So I'm willing to just say that my bad is now going to be part of the game. We'll go with it.
Okay. So first, Esri will go and insist that they fix that. And then after that's taken care of, I will go try to figure out, I will go to whatever I think is the darkest place in the entire asylum.
In the asylum? Let me see. Look at the map real quick.
I figure I should know. I've been making rounds.
Most likely, here in the storage room, if you were just put out a torch, almost never does anyone go in there for anything.
Perfect.
The other darkest place would probably be the hole that they have next in the interrogation room, but I don't think you want to climb into that.
I'll go to the storage room and put out the torch.
Okay. You go into the storage room, put out the torch. Nobody really takes any notice. Like I say, they're pretty lax here. Nobody seems to do their job or give a crap. Sucks to be an inmate.
I will then begin praying.
Okay. Interesting. Let's see. I guess let me pull that up real quick. See how we can work that. I think I know what you're trying to do. You're going to try and reach out to, yes, right? The darkness is the darkness.
Reach out and touch faith.
When you reach out and touch darkness,
I'm going to see what I can find out about the cultist and his demon. anything that might
Okay.
be leverage that I could use to win him over.
All right. So whenever you're doing this, due to how you reach out and what your connection is to this creature, will affect what to roll. So I don't know how you want to play it. But it's going to be based on how you imagine it doing it. I mean, if you begin to just whisper into the darkness and praising it and begging it or whatever, that's going to be more of a charisma persuasion. That's the first thing that comes to my mind. But if you have a different idea of how that would work for you,
I'm good with persuasion.
Okay.
Basically, I'm going to start whispering to it and basically praising it and asking it for its divine assistance and, telling it how wonderful it is and how much I need its help.
All right. Go ahead and make that persuasion check as you sit in the darkness, whispering sweet nothings into a shadow.
Oh, that sucks.
That is awful.
Yes, I've seen that.
So you sit there for a bit and you feel distracted and you can hear like people talking nearby and you're just not feeling it. It's kind of cold back here. You don't feel that connection forming.
Let me go ahead and spend a character point to re-roll it.
Okay. Character points gives you another wild die, but if you spend a fate point, you can roll all the dice again.
Oh, gotcha. Right. And fate. Remind me how fate points work. Do we just use them for re-rolls, or are they used for other stuff too?
Well, not only do you roll all of the dice again, but if you had a previous total, it would add on, which you do. It's just super low, but it does add on.
No, you know what? I think I'm just gonna.
Currently, you're sitting at 2 points, but you're gonna roll that 46 again, and including the wild die, and add 2, if you want to do it.
No, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and move on.
Okay.
I guess I can try again at some later point.
Because you rolled fantastically bad. About the time that you give up, you also hear this guy coming around the corner. Just this big guard that had the kind of the softer voice that didn't seem to fit the big suit of armor. He just, hey, you all right back there? It looks like the light's out. Let me get that for you. He just relights the torch.
Oh, thank you. I left my my flint in my other pocket.
Oh. Do you need anything back here? I'll help you look. As he's looking at all the boxes and stuff in the storage area.
Oh, I noticed there was a mess that needed cleaning up. I thought I would take care of it.
Oh, all right, then I'm going to go back to my post. Let me know if you need anything. I'm here to help.
Appreciate that. I'll see you in a bit.
All right.
There's no light. I'm an elf. I see in the dark. I didn't even notice.
Right. I'll go ahead and after that, I'll go meet up with White Ape and Tom.
Okay. You find them diligently working.
Okay, so Erda is saying that he doesn't know how to get the information that we need to get because the cultist isn't talking unless we release him. And if we release him, he wants to murder everyone. So Erda's kind of against that idea.
So what does he need? Does he need any, like...
He didn't seem to have any ideas. I'm not really sure what we're supposed to do at this point.
Well, then everything's a bust if we can't figure that out. We can't let him get out and murder people. That's cross purposes. That defeats the entire point of everything.
Do we have any other ideas on leverage against this guy? Apparently he's kind of cuckoo. He has like multiple personalities or something. I don't know.
Well, that's what Erda was supposed to find out, was the leverage, and then we'd get it, and then we'd use it, right? What is this guy's, what's his derangement? What does he do? What is his, like, thing?
He talks to himself, has these weird arguments with himself.
Okay.
Or somebody else. We're not really sure.
What's the argument? Can we pick sides?
I don't know. He didn't really give me too much in the way of details other than the fact that this guy's apparently crazy and violent and really wants out.
I'll say this to help out, that he also did tell you that the other voice does speak Reptile and not Valanthian or Elven or anything that you understand.
Okay, then I'll mention that. Apparently the other voice speaks Reptin.
Okay.
Wait, what did you just say, Howard?
Reptile. Close.
Reptil. Okay, Reptil.
Great. I have a plan then. Can you smuggle a book to Erda?
Sure.
Tom, you
I
got
have
any
to
more
have a
of
way
that?
to get it in there, though.
You got any more of that money?
I still have a little bit left.
Think you can get a book on Reptile?
I could perhaps try to find one, though, as you are sorely aware, Common is not my foremost language. Though we might have some connections that might know about it. Perhaps the
We
one
can
who...
go to the marketplace and get one, I'm sure.
Well, I would say yes. I can definitely donate for funding for a book for Reptile. I wouldn't. Would be probably the worst person to make a bargain.
Let's go together. Me and you. We'll go together, or all three of us will go make a deal for a Reptile book.
All
Well,
right.
I have my shift right now. You two should probably go. You can just say you're getting supplies.
Yeah. Let's go. Come on.
All right.
We'll bring Noodle.
Let's do that then. So, Howard.
All right. So you go find a book on Reptile. You can go and ask. You go upstairs, ask around. They'll tell you where you can find a bookstore.
Excellent. Or a
All right,
library.
Is there a library? Yeah. Well, there would be a library, but it is restricted to scholars. And then there's two libraries. There's one for basically wizards, and then there's another one that's inside the castle. But you don't really have access to either of those. But they would tell you where there's a place that sells books.
All
and
right.
scrolls.
Selling books. We'll go there.
All right. So you get your directions to the library. Let me pull up the library because there is one. I don't have a map for it. But I have
Not the library, the
bookstore.
bookstore.
That's what I meant.
Yes.
The thing with the place and the stuff.
That's the one.
Good to go.
Hopefully, the book is not too hard to come by.
All right. So the bookstore is a 2-story building, and there's a sign on it that you can't read, but it does have a picture of a book. And when you enter, there is an older elven woman with long glowing hair, and she says, welcome to Second Story. How can I help you? And being that she's older and elven, that means she is super old.
Okay. Oh, you're elven. Excellent. Hello. What kind
Hello.
of elf is this?
Well, her hair glows.
Okay. So she's a shiny twinkle elf. Got it.
Losifar, right.
All right. Hello. I'm glad I ran into you. I am looking for a book that helps translate reptile phrases into elven. Do you have anything like that?
Reptile to elven. I might. Let me have a look at my stock. I know I have it for Vallanthia.
Oh, that wouldn't work. No, I don't think Erda speaks Vallanthia or reads Vallanthia, but I'm pretty sure he reads Elven.
All right. Well, then I will check. And we'll see how lucky you are.
These are quite the trying language barriers we're coming across, aren't
I
we?
am not lucky. I am never lucky.
She has a big store. So I'm going to give her 5 dice. And she has one.
Yay!
Ooh.
That sounds excellent.
You know, I do.
But what
I have-
language is it written in? Because he doesn't read Common, does he? Or
No, it's
Vallanthia?
he specified Sylph, so she
Oh,
found
okay.
one in Sylph.
I-
It's
yeah.
Losifar Sylph, so you other elves can all read it, but there's a lot of like random words that just look weird to you, or they seem off. It's sort of like if we read directions that are written in English, but by an Indian person, from India, they speak English and they write directions there. But occasionally there's a, translation problem. You're just like, I don't know what that is. But for the most part, yeah, it reads just fine.
You know what? I think it also might be extremely helpful if I ask White Ape to perhaps translate for me if they have a book that can translate Terran to Common and or Vallanthia.
That might be great, but these books are probably expensive because they're books. But let's figure out this one first before we move on to another one.
Certainly. Mission first.
All right.
Personal quest later.
Looking up prices of books and such. All right, so the books. She says that. Did you bring that up in character, or was that just out of character? Whatever.
What do you mean?
What Matt just said.
Oh.
Matt, were you talking in character or out of character?
Yeah, I'm sure.
I was talking in character with White Ape about it, but I did agree that.
She speaks Terran. She speaks lots of languages.
Okay.
So she listens for a moment. She goes, I actually do have a book for that. That's a little bit more common than the reptile. I can give you both books. It'll be 30 silver. They're 15 each.
Oh. All right, that doesn't sound like too much of a problem. So 30 silver, that's 3 gold?
Yes.
All right.
3 gold shillings.
All right, I can most certainly do that. So 1, 2, 3. All right, so I hand her the silver.
Okay. I do apologize for this, and she hands you the book about reptile. It looks like it's water damage, but it looks like it's still readable. It just has that feel of a book that's been water damaged, where the pages are kind of crispy and yeah. That it would appear that the reptile that wrote it dwells in water.
Oh.
And just can't seem to keep things dry.
I honestly wouldn't know what to say about
well,
it.
I'd like to check the book to see if it's actually usable. I'll
or legible.
read it and yeah.
It is. It's just annoying, but it's a minor annoyance. The book is overall okay. It's not a pristine condition book is all. But
Okay.
you're not doing it for collector value, so
Yeah.
As long as it's as long as the book itself does its job, cool. And I'm saying this out of character.
Okay. Excellent. And you got your book for Common, Vallanthia, the Vallanthia language. So everything is coming up. We might be able to pull this off after all.
All right, this makes things a little more easier.
Let's get this book to Esri.
Yes. So, well, we finish our outing for supplies and make our merry way back.
thank you for shopping at Second Story.
All right, and we also
Oh, that's a good pun.
Say,
Thank you.
we also say thank you to the bookkeeper as well.
That's a 100% Daggerfall bookstore name.
Well, I'm glad you appreciate it.
There's a comic book shop called Fourth Wall right next to it.
Oh, that's terrible.
I was surprised Corey didn't laugh, but all right.
Or wasn't listening.
Corey doesn't like your humor. He's actually quite a jerk.
Well, to me, like, I get it. Comic books, Deadpool, Fourth Wall. It would be much funnier if it was like a store that sells plays called Fourth Wall.
Okay.
Because that's what the fourth wall is. It's the fourth wall of the play. Yeah.
All right.
Sorry.
You've been critiqued.
I know. I'm sorry. I apologize. I didn't want to say it. I just wanted to just continue going.
Just let it go.
All right, all right.
Call me
They're
out
not
on the
letting it go.
non-laughter.
Let's get going.
All right, everybody is back in the asylum, except for the one person that never left.
He's not back at the asylum? Damn.
Well, he's not back in the asylum. He's just in the asylum.
Inmate by day, vigilante by night.
Well, I could actually leave the asylum if I really wanted to. I could probably.
Yeah, you have a line of sight through that hole.
Yep. But it's all right. I'm comfy. The bed is better. Still hard.
Hey, Howard, would these books fit through the hole, or are they too big for that?
No, they're way too big. That's like a little hole. But you do have someone that can move stone.
Yeah. I'm coming with you.
I will say this, just random thing that I felt like saying is Earthmaster Garage saw the hole and his first thought was, huh. And he was about to reach out and close it, but he's like, I wasn't asked to close it. It doesn't feel like there should be a hole here. I guess I'm going to let this go.
Yeah, that's a great point. He would have totally been like, there are a bunch of holes in this thing.
But also, he looked the whole
holes.
place over, and he could tell that Earthmaster had built it. Well, not Earthmaster, but an Earth student had built it. So he was like, I guess. I don't know what's going on. But he says he's working with White Ape, and clearly somebody with White Ape's ability did this. So.
All right, so I'm going to tell him to go ahead and go up that way. And, well, is there a way for me to hide him in the shadow too, or is that just works on me?
You can manipulate shadows themselves, so you can use your magic to do that, but your innate racial ability only works on you.
Can I?
Oh yeah, I meant my magic.
Yeah, you can cover someone else with shadow if you wanted, and try and give them a bonus to stealthing or something.
Okay, so I'm going to tell White Ape I'm going to hide you in shadow when we go up there, so we don't have any questions about why you're there.
Sounds great. I hope you can
And
do it.
I will try to cloak him while we walk up there.
Okay.
Will I be able to
Tarek, were you
see?
trying to say something?
I was gonna say, I just wanted to remind you that I haven't eaten, and it would be a good excuse to say he's just bringing the food.
He still hasn't eaten? I thought we had taken care of that.
No, we established that nobody's feeding him.
That's right.
Established that nobody was feeding me, and that you were upset about it. But then you went
had said,
directly into the storage room.
I had said that I went to remedy that before I went to the storage room.
Well, yeah, you went and you told people and you reported it, but all they can do is send a runner off to the stone sculptors. They're not going to start punching the wall with a sledgehammer to give them a meal.
Okay, in that case, I will go ahead and get a meal. I will ask if they have anything vegetarian.
All right, you go talk to the chef, and he's the big scary fellow. Looks at you, goes, "Huh? Yeah, I can make something that's vegetarian. I think I got some potatoes." He looks around.
Fish ain't meat.
He picks up
He's
something
like,
that
I've got
looks
some
like
potatoes and some potatoes.
he picks up something that looks like a clove of, or I don't think it's called a clove, whatever you call a sprig, I guess, of broccoli, whatever the little, a big clump of trees. And he kind of sniffs it and squeezes it and goes, "Well, these aren't too soft yet. They still got a little rubbery feel to them.
A floret.
You want me to heat them up or just like this?"
See if you can cook them up in some way that seems,
He tosses them in a pot of already boiling water. They'll be
all
ready
right,
soon.
sounds good. Maybe some kind of stew or something. I don't know.
No, you're just
Look at White Ape. What do vegetarians
All right. So, after about 10 minutes, he'll have a plate of boiled veggies.
All right. So, you're gonna help me take this up there to feed him, and we'll slip the books in with the food.
Sounds good.
He's not an absolute terrible chef. He does sprinkle pepper across them. Salt.
I'm just thinking vegetarian. Well, fish ain't meat.
Right.
Sort of thing.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking too. I was thinking he was gonna be like, "Oh yeah, I got potatoes and some beef stock." That's not
Right.
vegetarian. That's vegetarian, right?
I saw a mushroom walking by. You want to grab him?
Just grab a couple sprigs off of him. Fine.
I don't think you'll miss him.
He probably won't even notice.
All right. So, the two of you can go and shove that plate through. If the plate on a book.
Yeah.
All right. I won't make you roll. I mean, this is something you've done a few times. You kind of understand it. You built the thing, so you know what points to use. So you can open it up, slide the stuff through. It is super dark in here, even with your night vision to be reading in the dark.
Yeah. I go, oh, you're back. Right.
Hello.
And then I look at the tray of food and I go, oh, you brought me food too. Excellent. And then I pull it off, see the book underneath it, and go, oh, did you bring me a file? I don't need a file to escape, you know. And I pick up the book and look at it. Or do you want me to bash somebody with it? It's heavy. It's bashable. Definitely bashable.
We want you to learn the language.
The language? I look down at the book. Can I? I'm assuming from the
Well,
light.
they have it open right now, so there's enough light filtering in. You
down
can
and
read it.
Reptiloid language, as translated to Elven by a reptiloid. Impressive.
Hey,
Impressive. I'm surprised they could learn Elvish in the first place.
Howard, can I slip him a candle and flint from my pocket?
If you have them, sure.
Okay. Well, let me look, actually. Let me see what I have on my list.
We can just take one off the wall here.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm pretty sure I could find one somewhere if I don't have one.
Yeah, I mean, at the very worst, you know where there's a storeroom full of all kinds of junk. But
There you go. So, yes, I'm going to give him a
All right.
candle to read by.
Don't like. It should be fine.
he's got an air hole.
Yeah. You were thinking the same thing I was.
Don't let it eat all of the oxygen in there. Just, fight the fire at some point.
But if you're having trouble falling asleep, it will eventually knock you out. But if it's still burning, that could get a lot worse.
So, Erda, is there anything else you need? I can get you whatever you need.
That sounds a little sultry there.
Did you talk about? Did you discuss my plans?
I don't know what your plan is.
Oh, well, the man wants to get freed.
Oh, I don't know him.
Well,
I can get
we
you
do.
anything.
Well, no. Of course.
Yes,
but
but didn't we say that was
he
kind of a
wants-
bad idea?
He wants to flee,
Right.
and he thinks that I have the ability to speak to people who can free him. And if I can help convince him, say, deactivate one of the runes that is a sequence that helps to power the cage, but then re-enable that rune to keep him sealed right after he gives us the information that we want. Perhaps we could work something out that way. But also, he is likely possessed by a demon, and a very powerful one at that. And the runes would be the only thing keeping his power at bay. So there is a potential that he could break free on his own volition if even one of the runes are out of place. But that's the theory, right? There's not many other options. He seems to be rather, the demon seems to be rather insistent that he not reveal any information that I have not earned before helping free him. He said he would also murder Esri if I wanted, which I don't, but he seems
you.
rather smitten about it. And in order to appease him, I may have said that we would need to murder everybody in order to escape, and he definitely agreed. Pretty much instantly.
Yeah, I don't think we should let this guy out.
Well, of course not. Of course not.
Accidentally.
Of course not. But there is a chance,
I think.
right, that if we work quickly and we know what the extent of the magic is doing, that perhaps we could reorient.
Does this guy speak
Or,
Elven?
I could spend the next week trying to learn this language by candlelight and then hope.
Does this guy speak
uh,
Elven?
No, I don't. Well, I don't know. He doesn't seem to. That's why I've been speaking to you in Elven this whole time.
I know. I've been like, because I don't.
He speaks reptile, and he also speaks some strange form of Elysian. I assume that since I learned it from a rather objective point of view, that perhaps the demon version of the language is a bit corrupted, you might say. But well, I have theories on what exactly the origin of this demon is, but I'm not quite certain whether he intended to be possessed or was a victim of possession and now suffers the fate of a demon's will being bound to his own. Um, I could continue the conversation with him. He seemed rather enthralled with an argument between himself quite some time last night. I can't remember all of the details, but from the demon's point of view, he seemed to be assuredly in control of the reptiloid man, or speaking man, was capable of fighting off.
Okay. I don't. Is there any type of deal you can make with him? Does he want anything else other than horror
To murder
murder?
everyone.
Mostly just to consume power and then escape and rule this dimension. I'm assuming it's a high on his priority list. He may have other priorities in between, but he has not made those the point of contention in his argument.
So
at
here's a
least.
question: if he's possessed by a demon, can we can we separate them?
Theoretically,
You have weird magic. Can that do a thing?
theoretically, I assume it would be possible to provide some sort of exorcism, um, as it were. But I would need days to research these types of magics and see if it was even possible from someone of my own skill. But I can say some of your friends up in the stairs above us, the church above us, perhaps they would know more about exorcising demons.
You think that if they could do that already, they probably already would do that for this guy?
Well, they want the information the demon has.
Do they?
The demon. Well,
Has
that's what
Anybody
we're here
been
for,
down
right?
here?
I think he is the one who knows about this.
Look,
That he is the one who knows about the cult that is spreading the worship across the city. I'm certain that the demon is most likely directly responsible for such, and may have lieutenants throughout the city. This is speculation. He has not given up any information about his organization, but from what we were briefed on and the information that I received so far,
You're going to have to figure something out unless we can give you something to help you. Or, do something for you right here and now.
Well, yes. Right.
Is there anything impeding your way?
No, I don't. Not that I can. I mean, I don't have any impediment to speaking.
Right?
But he does not seem to be very
Do you have
interested in
impediments
hearing,
doing anything else?
well, convincing, yes.
Okay. Right. Is there anything we can do to help you convince him then?
have you tried asking if he wants anything else besides his freedom?
My best attempt at metagaming, Howard.
I know. Hey, I'm just going to be quiet. That's all I can do.
The only thing I can think to do is to try to to convince this entity that we are on his side.
Yeah, that's not working. Maybe try the other way?
The knights, the Templars upstairs, they said they tried to do it the other way, that it did not work.
What
They
other way?
they attempted to get this information out of them, and they told us that before we came. That was a part of the briefing.
Right.
I will bring up this that it sounded like, based on his description, they tried to torture a guy who didn't speak Valanthian. You never understood from them that they even figured out he spoke Reptile.
Oh, I misunderstood that. So I wrote down, found in a ruined church while investigating the Apostles of Flame cult, inducting members into the demon's cult. Secret entrance beneath the caverns. One man painting things in blood on the wall. Paint glowed, and they shot him in the hand as the runes acted.
Right. But and then after that, you asked if they had talked to him, and they said he didn't speak. But if you don't speak Reptile, it sounds like a lot of hissing and spitting and guttural noises. And if you don't speak Elysian, well, then it just sounds like some angry garbage too. So, well, the demonic version of Elysian sounds like some angry garbage. The other one actually is quite musical.
So if that's the case, then Tarek the player had a complete brain fart on that fact and was assuming the complete opposite, that they had interrogated him to some extent and that he was just through force of will or strength did not give up the information.
Yeah, it was more like we beat him and he wouldn't talk for some reason. And turns out he doesn't speak. So
it turns out he doesn't have a
That's
tongue.
awful.
We just fucked that one up. We really.
Wow, that's terrible.
I don't know if you noticed, this asylum isn't the best place to, be.
That's fair. That's totally fair.
The interrogation room, you've seen it. There was a table full of weaponry to interrogate with.
Ugh.
Okay.
So
I will,
maybe you can make more blood runes that further impede his magic and make him really angry. And you can get rid of them all if he tells us where the book is. Can you do that?
Well, you see, the magic that I have has nothing to do with runes, or
Sure it does. I learned that my magic has something to do with runes. Remember when we saw the guy? He has earth magic, and he made a rune that triggered a thing that happened until he stopped concentrating on it. Remember? You can do that too with your magic, I'm sure. How's your magic?
perhaps. I mean, it works.
How is your magic?
Surprisingly, it works.
Okay.
I thought that they would have this whole building suppressed from any type of magic to be used.
No, I can use my magic, and the Earthmaster can use his magic, so no.
Well, yes, but those are well, never mind. Yes, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Well, no, I was going to say something.
So are there runes in here so there's no runes in here suppressing your magic?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
He is wearing big, heavy metal bracers.
So you
that
can
are
use
locked onto him.
I will exactly, Howard. I go, oh.
I bet I have the keys to those.
And then these, as I pull up the chains.
Oh my God, thank you! I've been trying to get it out of you for so long. I've been going, is there anything impeding you? You were just
I will find the key. I will find the key to it.
All right.
As he points that out.
You take them off. No problem.
All right.
My
And
God.
we'll hide them inside the cell until we need to put them back on him.
I tried so hard to get you to say it of your
You
own
can
volition.
Just
Well,
leave
I
the
was-
lock unturned,
My
and he can take
character
them on and
wasn't
off.
going to.
Okay, that's a good idea. That's what I will do then.
my
Leave the
character
lock
wasn't going
unturned.
to admit that he was struggling to cast magic because he doesn't want to get into all the gory details of what his magic does. So far as most people are concerned, all he does is heal people, which is a noble thing to do.
Oh, she'll
Black
tell you
blood.
though. She'll say, "Erda, when the other Earthmaster comes back, make sure you're wearing those though, so they don't find out that I took them off you."
If you don't turn the lock on them, they're loose. Like if you fling your hand too fast, they'll just blink right off, and it'll be
Right.
like super obvious. So you got to be real careful.
I
if you don't lock
go, but I think he's aware. I told him earlier that he could totally trust me and that I was in this asylum working in secret for the police of the city and that he needed to get an information out to White Ape in order for us to
Did he-
communicate. And look, it worked. It worked.
Did you? Like,
I'm a
if a guy in
genius.
Asylum told me all that, I would think he's crazy.
But he didn't because of the holes. You see, the holes held the truth.
Erda, you're starting to
What
sound a little off.
The holes tell the truth.
To be fair, 4 days in solitary, we'd all sound a little off.
I know. I'm just saying,
I'm
Ezri's
trying-
looking at him a little funny right now.
I appreciate
He sounds a bit
the
crazy.
compliment because I'm trying to role play as if I've been in
Okay.
like
So
a solitary confinement.
So here's the new plan: torture the demon, try and translate the reptile, and keep giving information to Ezri. Don't stop talking to Ezri.
I can't torture the demon without. I'll figure it out. You know,
Yes!
I'll figure it out.
We're trying to help as best we can.
Yes.
We love
Not used
you.
to torturing people. But,
Stay
We'll
safe.
figure that out.
I put my tits on the
Hopefully-
glass. Put my tits on
Okay,
the
good.
glass.
If not,
And if we are able to find out any more information, we'll come back and tell you. Okay.
yes, of course.
We need to find out who's selling that book, those necromancy books, or giving them out. That's
of
all
course,
we
yes.
need. We just need a name or a place, something.
I assume that
It was
has
the woman that
a
second
lot-
story.
I'm assuming it has a lot to do with the cult that is surrounding him. So I will try to get more information about this cult and
Oh,
what
if we
their
can
ultimate
find
aims are.
if we can find the cult, that would be like we could get a lot of money for that information too from the Azure Order.
Oh, we're doing this. Well, of course we're doing this for money. We're guild members.
Right.
Okay.
What were you doing it
Yes.
for?
Deep cut back to the beginning of the game. Oh yeah, we Poe.
What were you doing it for?
Except Tom.
I
Tom is a money
I
tree.
guess I've kind of gotten wrapped up in the whole protecting against evil and demons and justice. And perhaps I've been in a cell too long now,
Right.
losing my will to live.
Hey, you're not gonna make it on the outside without money.
Well, the temple
They
said
don't take cigarettes.
yeah, but it works in here.
All right. We'll keep talking to
Shoot
you.
a cigarette through the hole.
Yeah.
Ezri, make sure you keep talking regularly to Erda so we get information.
Right. I'll check on him every time I make my rounds.
All right.
When would be the best time to torture someone?
I don't know. I've never done it before.
Well,
Like
this
my
is something
torture before breakfast.
I will certainly have to think on this. I do not want to alert the guards to come rush to his aid should he fall out in pain or panic.
I don't think you have to worry about
Yeah,
that.
the guards don't care.
No, they don't. They might yell at him to shut up, but that's about it.
I see. Well then. I
They're
look
not very nice
as I say that, Howard, I look over toward the hole, and inside I feel kind of like, oh man, now it's getting real. I'm gonna have to hurt somebody who might just be crazy.
Maybe,
okay, I
maybe,
got this.
if,
I got this. I can do this.
maybe if you learn some reptile, you can win over his trust instead. It's worth a try.
Yes.
We gave you a lot of. We're trying to give you
The
the
book.
best. The best
book.
opportunity. Okay, we'll see you later. Bye.
Yeah.
We'll see-
And the wall closes.
Thank you,
The
Master,
darkness
for the
is
toilet.
surrounding you.
He's got a
Yeah,
candle.
as
He's
the
got a lit
darkness
candle.
closes in, I will say, "Thank you, Master, for the toilet."
He's got a lit candle. We gave him that.
And
Oh,
now
what
you
kind
know
of-
that you have regular visits from Esri to look forward to, and that is all you have to look forward to. That and the occasional growling Elysian chat.
Exactly. That and getting yelled at by a demon, and a man who speaks a language I do not understand.
And
Yelling at me, please.
as y'all are walking away, Erda, you hear from the other side of your cell, in Elysian, demonic Elysian, the twisted, horrible, guttural voice. So, your friends help you, they will. Get us out, yes?
The work begins now. But
What did they bring you? I heard your wall move.
book, an important book. At least I have friends who can come through instead
You
of
and
people,
books.
instead of people who just blow hard.
Mm.
I'm beginning to wonder if you do have any power, or if I'm just simply to free a madman.
I have power if you break one sigil. Any rune, you will see my power. Break them all, and I will do anything you want. We will get out of here. Kill
Oh.
all of your enemies.
I get up and I walk over to the hole and I go, oh yes, the other thing that I got, my chains removed finally. And with that I have the ability to use my own power to get out myself. If I have not need of you any longer, then there is no need to keep you around. And I sit down.
I'll be here anyway. I mean, where's it gonna go, really?
Yeah, exactly. He's just gonna he's gonna keep singing, "My baby takes the water drink."
Is that-
No. In the growliest, grossest language you've ever heard, he goes, "I feel pretty. Oh, so pretty."
I thought we were doing music torture where you sing really loud. and then
Exactly. He
announce-
just keeps singing until Erda goes insane, basically.
you sing a bunch of Return to Innocence by Erasure. You're just like, yeah.
Oh, that's I didn't even know the name of that. I've heard it and went click and just kept moving, you know.
La. I don't even know. I can't do that. However that guy
Good.
sings that song.
That's
High
good.
tones. Yeah, you shouldn't.
It's,
No one should do that. All right. So that was your very quick conversation as you shut him down. Don't seem to want to interact with him.
Well, for now, I don't want to deal with the demon. I want to interact with the
you hurt my feelings.
yeah,
Feelings.
exactly.
I am
I
sad
became
demon.
a demon in the first place.
Right, when I have entrails, I'm not sharing. Mm.
Entrails.
What's the matter, demon? He's mean.
Yeah.
I will bring him pain, but not today.
He's being very rude about my containment.
All right,
I sit in the
all
cell
right.
and wish for freedom every day. He just
Whitey, Tom, are y'all up to anything? Well, actually, Tom, you've been alone by yourself this whole time.
Yeah, I've just been whittling away at the new installation.
All right.
So, crafting.
You go ahead and make your crafting roll.
All right.
Sure, go right ahead.
Pip pip cheerio.
All right. I got too many screens open. Hang on. Ah, there it is. Oh, that's a good
Thank
roll.
you.
Yeah, you're making progress. You were the one working on the escape route, right? Not the main hallway that you're actually contracted to build.
I was thinking about working on the main hall just to make sure that we're showing off a bit of progress and all. I thought White Ape was the one who was mostly focusing his efforts on the escape wall.
Actually, I was told the opposite in my notes.
Gory?
Is that wrong? Corey,
I
do
don't
you
know.
remember?
It's been weeks. It's been weeks. Who
Yeah,
could
I thought
say?
we switch
Well-
from time to time.
Yeah, I
Sure,
think.
switch off. Doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm good with that.
Okay. You make significant progress on the main hall then. Not you. I mean, you don't have the magic to just do it, but you do have the talent and the skill to continue the work going. And then White Ape will be rejoining you shortly. And Esri, is there anything else you're doing before we go into day 5? Or I assume you're going to spend the night reading a book. Is that correct?
At some point, I'm going to go and try to pray again when I think I can sneak off unnoticed.
Okay. All right, sure.
Maybe when it seems a little quieter.
After either during or after dinner, because during dinner, after the food's passed out, the guards are in that same hall all eating together, and then afterwards they just pretty much just sit around because their bellies are full and they don't feel like doing anything.
Too bad I can't just take 20 on it.
Yeah,
I know.
Not third edition.
Yeah, you can only take 6.
All right, so shall I roll persuasion again?
Yeah, if you're doing it the same way. Would you like to spend a character point? You're at 9 right now, or a fate point, and you can roll the same roll again and add it on to the 9.
I spend the character point, then I get to roll one more die.
You get one more wild die. So if it's a 1, it takes away your highest. If it's a 6, it continues to roll.
All right, I'll spend the character point. So what am I rolling?
All right, just roll a
1d6.
Just just roll a single 1d6. So you just use the die on the side. There you go. All right, you're at 14. Do you wish to stop there, or do you want to keep going?
I'm going to stop there for now.
I feel like we're always playing this like some sort of a dice game. All right, hit me. Let's go. Keep rolling.
No, I'm gonna stop there for now. I already spent my character
All right,
point.
Stay. With a 14, you go and you meditate in the darkness, and you start doing your impassioned pleas to this creature of darkness that you know is tethered to you through the shadows, and you hear the faintest whispers, so you feel that you're not truly alone in the shadow. And for you, it's more of a comforting feel, not a, like for many people, that would be like a horror movie. But for you, it's as someone who grew up in the darkness and you have this bond with a shadow creature, for you, it's actually quite comforting. But you don't hear anything or feel anything change at this point.
Okay, so I can't actually communicate or get any information right now.
Well, you talk to it, and you hear a whisper, but it's just a little too faint. You can't understand the response.
Gotcha. Okay, well, all right, then I will go back to work.
Okay. All right. You go back.
It was like a 15, wasn't it? The difficulty.
Sorry.
Damn it. All right. Well.
So, Erda is definitely going to be reading to try to find specific phrases to start opening up conversation with the other side of Air Direct. So at first it's going to be like, can you hear me? And like, do you understand me?
All right. I'm going to lower the target number because you have a book from which to read from that is designed for that. You're not just looking at random words and trying to puzzle them out. This is going to make it fairly easy. Go ahead and make a scholar check and see what you can do. Okay.
Wow, nice.
That's a good roll. All right. So do you want to try and initiate, or are you going to wait till you hear the reptile speak, or?
I'm gonna try to initiate, and here's the idea that I have, right? My initial instinct isn't to try to torture somebody, or like my character wouldn't think to go there first. He's a naive person who got into magical theories and now has abilities that he probably shouldn't. So he's not like that kind of person who just instantly thinks, oh yeah, I should just like start hurting somebody. I feel like that's a step that he probably wouldn't take yet.
Right.
So he's going to try instead to subvert him using his own like Erda's own intelligence about magical theory against the demon, and try to encourage the whatever is left of Airdrek to withstand the demon's influence long enough to work together to free ourselves.
All right. So I guess what do you say?
So that well, I say that to like outline what my plan is.
Okay.
Not that that's exactly what I'm like dropping all this stuff on him right now. Right.
All right. So
now,
for
I
right now,
imagine
you're just trying to. Can you understand me? That kind of stuff.
Yeah. I'm trying to learn just to communicate with you so that we can free ourselves. We can do this together. You know, that kind of.
Unfortunately, this still relies on your charisma.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
So go ahead and make your persuasion check to befriend somebody through a hole.
Is it the hole of glory?
Is that same hole? Yeah.
Only those two were
We've
flipped.
made this joke a
Right?
billion times.
I didn't make the joke this time.
I
You
was,
want to add
I
any
was-
dice or
I was so close to having. If that was reversed, it would have been so good.
that would have been sweet?
I have a fate point, but I don't want to spend a fate point on a 2-die roll because I feel like
Right.
that's a wasted, maybe a wasted a roll. At
Possibly.
the same time, it could be like exactly the amount that I need to get. So, and it will save me 2 character points. So I guess I'll do that. I'll spend my fate point.
All right. Roll your
Roll
whole
two.
roll again.
Two
And
more
add to it
dice.
8. So just roll again. 4 more. So you are now at 12.
Yeah, I'll spend 1 character point to add 1 more.
All right. That character point is worth 2 right now because you've spent the fate point. It doubles. All
Oh, nice. Okay,
Wild
I
dice
see what
also.
you're saying.
right. So,
19,
all right. That's pretty high.
I think.
You hear an
Hey.
answer in Reptil. Make a scholar check to try and puzzle
Try
it
to-
out. And again,
yeah,
you have
try
the
to
book.
Zip through the book as quickly as possible to try to find out.
Oh, what do you say? What do you say?
What the hell was that? Was that a hiss or a click? I don't know. Ooh.
All right. Well, he is because you're speaking like kind of like first year Spanish, or first semester
Yeah.
Spanish.
Donde está la biblioteca?
Yeah.
He responds in simple words, and with that roll, you're able to look it up, and basically he says, "Who are you?"
God, how do I translate Erda into Riptal?
I just say back. I look up the word for salvation.
Oh, okay.
Ooh,
Nice.
That's nice. I love it.
Clever. Yeah.
He says something back. You can go ahead and make another scholar check to try and figure out the answer to that.
Bullshit. Oh, well, fuck.
You have the book, which lowers the target number. So basically, it takes you a little bit of time. You can't respond immediately. It takes you about 10 minutes to figure it out because the tense is weird. But what he said was, "We will see."
Oh.
You're doing present tense, and he's talking future tense. It's all confusing.
see. Okay, I mean that. Oh wait, no. That's not. It wasn't a click. It was a. Oh, okay. No, we'll see. Okay. Right.
Click,
So I'm
hiss,
gonna
hiss,
spend.
trill.
I'm gonna spend time continuing to research phrases, and I don't have anything else. I was gonna say I will take notes in the margins, but I don't have anything to write with. So. I'm not gonna get that.
Bite your finger and bloody
Yeah,
notes in the margin.
I'm getting really dizzy at this point.
You could be that one weirdo, that one weird lady that was writing on the cell wall with a blunted rock. You're gonna end up being that guy.
That is true. I could definitely do that. Be like, hey, there's a secret message on the wall for you, White Ape.
And White Ape could actually read it without opening, and that's pretty cool.
Exactly.
It says, don't forget to drink your Ovaltine. All right. Anything else that y'all are doing before we go to the next day? All right. It's going to be the new day.
How long are we going?
30 more minutes, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Am I right? Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Just making sure on the time.
All right. The next day, greeted by Earthmaster Garage, who is bringing you food. The wall opens, light comes in, your eyes kind of like blink a bit. He passes you a tray of food, and it is vegetarian. They finally sorted it all out.
I go, oh, thank the heavens. You are a gem amongst stone. Please, before you leave, could you hand me another one of those torches behind you?
He closes your wall, gets the torch, and then opens the wall and hands you the torch.
I thank him profusely as I take the torch and start trying to light the new torch up.
It's either that or I guess he could have had the other wall bring the torch to him, but that seems a bit much.
That would have been awesome, though. It's a hard flex right there.
Well, his walking is a flex.
It is. That's true.
All right. Then you hear the wall, the cell next to you. Similarly, the scraping sounds as the stone readjusts, and he deals with that.
Yeah, that's sicko. Jesus.
And then, after a moment, your wall opens again, and Earthmaster Garage stares at you. I'd like you to make a acumen. Hang on. Let's see. Acumen. This would be streetwise. Roll for me.
Hey.
If you don't have streetwise, just straight acumen.
Thank
Okay.
God the one wasn't in the other position.
Yeah, well. All right, so yeah, he looks at you. He kind of cocks his head a little bit and goes, "You." Sorry, I have to do his voice. You have other allies here, and with one hand, because they have like 2 finger and a thumb on each hand. He does this, and he points, and it looks like he's pointing at the cell next to you. And then he closes your cell, and then you hear his strange walk as he leaves. He doesn't wait for a response, even if you start talking.
Wow. Okay, now I'm wanting to go over to those air holes. Wait, what the hell's over there? Okay, well, I'm gonna have to hope that Esri comes by when she starts her shift. In the meantime, I'm going to eat like I haven't eaten any solid meal in like months.
It's a little bit more variety this time, and not just boiled potato and boiled broccoli. You said vegetarian, so there's eggs and there's other stuff on there. There's no actual dead animal, but there is animal byproducts because it's not vegan.
Yeah, 100%. That's fine. Yeah, that's why I said toast with eggies earlier.
Yeah, that's right. You did.
Yeah.
All right. We'll say whoever wants to show up can. Esri is more than welcome to start her shift. You guys are welcome to start digging your side walls, your side whatever.
Digging a tunnel, dig this tunnel.
We're like dwarves digging. Yeah.
Whistle while you work.
We're gonna release the Belrog in here.
Yeah, eventually you're gonna find one.
Yeah, he's down here somewhere.
All right. So we'll say, Esri, you get there. You start your shift.
I will go ahead and do my rounds and go see Erda.
All right.
I will. Well, as you come up to the wall, as I hear the walking, I'll go, that you, Esri?
Yes, it's me.
Ah, good, good, good. Listen, I think I may have, I may have uh, imagined all of it, but I think that Earthmaster Garage said earlier that there is another ally within this building. I can't tell for certain, but I think he meant man stuck in the room next to me.
Right. He did point where I'm pinging.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I know.
All right.
All right. Can you ping one more time? Is it this room?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I had
More
thought,
pings.
I had thought previously I'd heard that some extremely evil individual resided in that cell who was quite powerful. I don't remember. They said that he was quite friendly, in fact, and well, let's just say it might be helpful to get information from him should he be able to provide it. He is a rather convincing individual, some might say.
We're talking about the guy who enchanted me earlier, right?
That's the one.
Do I know what he did to me? Did I figure it out later?
You don't know for a fact. You know that you found his voice very alluring at the time, but then afterwards you were like, what was I thinking? That was a terrible idea. You don't necessarily know for a fact it's magic, but you do know that it was a terrible idea that you had. It was very out of character for you.
Okay, so would it be unreasonable for me to be wary of this guy?
No, not at all. You can be wary.
Okay.
But you're also aware that he has a super sexy voice.
Got
He
it.
looks
Okay.
like Milton from Office Space, but he has a really nice voice.
I believe you have my stapler.
We'll put strychnine in the guacamole.
I was told I could listen to my radio at reasonable volume. Yeah.
Good one.
Okay. Well, I will perhaps investigate that. I will talk to White Ape about that.
Cool. Oh, you're talking in character. No, never mind.
Yes.
I go.
I'm talking to Erda. I will discuss that with White Ape. We will see
Yes, certainly.
about that.
He might need to make some kind of way for us to even speak with him to begin with. But also, new update. I was able to make first contact with Airdrek. At least I assume Airdrek. I assume that the demon doesn't go by the same name. But I digress.
Good. What did he say?
He wanted to know who I was, and I told him that I was his salvation. And then he said he'll see. And I think it was a very productive first start.
All right. I guess that's something.
Then he sent me a heart emoji. I don't know what to think.
Yeah. I didn't know if I should text back right away or wait a couple days.
Do you think he likes me?
He seems like a very powerful individual. But I don't think he'd take an interest in somebody as humble as I. He could have any skeletal warrior he wants.
Okay. Anything else that we need to know?
Well, I didn't have the heart to torture anybody, but I'm working up to it, and perhaps if things don't go the way we planned, then perhaps we can, address that stone when we come to turn it. Other than that, I do have an extra torch, which is nice. The other one burned out late in the evening last night. But the good news is I was able to read a lot of passages from the book for night. Before the darkness fell. Yes.
Well, my people are taught interrogation techniques as part of their military training. So if you need some help or ideas, I can probably give you some.
I'm not the most convincing or I've also been told
Intimidating?
I'm not the most intimidating figure.
Yeah, there's that.
But that being said, I do have a wealth of knowledge on my side, and perhaps I could use that to my advantage somehow. We will
Catch the
continue
flies with
working on
honey
it.
if you can.
Yes, well, let us hope that I have enough honey to spill.
All right, need anything else?
Um, I guess not. Maybe a blanket, but it might be too much to ask.
All right, I'll see if I can bring one to you by next time around.
Good. Yes. Great. I'll just keep one by the torch then. In the meantime.
All right, so yeah, next time around, I'll grab a blanket and white ape.
Grab a blanket, grab a white ape.
I guess after that, I'll go talk to White Ape about what he told me.
Dragging him back.
Whoa.
Tom was like,
This is quite undignified behavior.
They never grab the Tom. Nobody needs the Tom. They only need the white ape.
the mushroom already got donkey punched. He's already shown his weakness. He's the weak link of the group.
It grew back.
True, it did. Grew back.
He got
Giant-
better.
A giant hole that got smushed into the side of your stalk.
Oh yeah, like my face is like somewhat bent.
But it grew back, you know.
All right, so you are talking to Tom and White Ape.
All right, so I just spoke with Erda, and he says that the Earth Master guy that comes by here told him that he has an ally in the other prisoner that's back there. You know anything about that, White Ape?
You mean the guy that you wanted to release?
Yeah, that was very strange. I don't know. There was something weird about him that was just hard to say no to. I don't know. I mean, there's
Okay.
got to be a reason he's locked up like that, right?
Maybe he just has like powers against the opposite sex, and maybe you just can't resist him. Maybe we'll be fine.
Maybe, perhaps.
Maybe
it
he
might
needs
be
to
better,
speak with someone who has the ability of gender neutrality, speaking out
Well-
character.
might be better for whoever interrogates him to not be alone, though. I think.
Well,
Like a
is
superpower.
Tom gender neutral or is he gender all? Because
Yeah.
then he's vulnerable to everything.
Good point. There's that.
You're not asexual. You might be lots of sexual. I don't know.
Multisexual.
Hey,
Right?
we don't know that. We
Hey, I
can
just
come
need
up-
a-
come up with on the fly.
Hey, bro, it's just sporing. It's just, it doesn't mean anything. It's just sporing. Just
I currently assign myself as Pluto.
Hey, I just want to get with my saying, lay down in something dead and just kind of grow in it for a while. It's our thing.
Hey, I want to house your spores.
Right?
I don't know. I don't know how they do it. We're not gonna go there. We're gonna go talk to the weird guy. That's a good idea. Let's talk to the weird guy.
I assume mushrooms mate the same way glooms do from Pokemon.
So Esri, are you sure you want to talk to this guy again? Maybe just me and Tom should talk to him, and then I can
All
open
right.
the portal. You're gonna have to shadowy us. That thing you wanted to do last time.
Yeah, I got that. All right. Well, I'll get you guys over there, and then I guess I'll walk away.
Sounds good.
All right. Go ahead and roll your shadow magic. If you don't have a skill that applies, then it's going to be your base mana. But if you have a skill
Right.
under mana that sounds like hiding people in the shadow, then you can add that skill.
No, I do not. So I would just be my extra normal.
Well, that's bad.
All right, it's called extra normal on the sheet. I forgot.
Yeah,
Oh man,
it's very
Yes.
bad.
Oh,
I am just
16%
rolling like
chance.
crap today.
it's a 16% chance, or in this game, about a 50-50. All right, so you dim Tom a little bit, but for the most part, you feel like you're there. Just try again. It's not like anybody's stopping you.
Okay, then I will try again.
You're not in combat, so it's not too big a deal.
Okay, good. I will be like, wait a minute, that's no good. Hang on.
I'm a little off today, okay?
Right? It's been one of those days. I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know
I
what
can
to
still
tell
see
you.
Tom, but his saturation is down 30%.
He has a bit of an opacity to him.
All right.
No, luminescence.
They-
Bloom, even.
Oh, there's 2 of them. You missed it by 1.
Character point?
There's 2
All
of
right.
them.
I'll try it again.
Okay.
Like you're almost
That-
there, but not quite.
Their heads are showing.
All right. I can't do them
Couple of floaty
individually.
heads.
Just close your
you
eyes.
can, but
One
you'd be
looks
holding
like a
up.
freaking glowing UFO.
You'd be
Wait, what
holding
were
up
you saying?
2 spell effects if you did them individually.
Ah,
And every spell effect you're holding lowers your entire dice pool by 1.
gotcha. Okay, well, I'll try again.
Oh, you're like. Now,
Can
now
I
they
just keep rolling?
Sure. Now they just have shadow
Okay.
pants. Nice shadow pants. We'll just say you eventually get it. Although this is funny. Hey, there it is.
There it is. That was what, my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th try?
All right. You guys are now have a bonus to your stealth as you walk down the halls if you wish to creep down the halls and not be seen,
Sure.
or you can walk naturally, your choice.
I'm
And
gonna
even if you walk naturally, you still have shadows around
I'm
you.
gonna
It's
try-
like you're in the dark.
I am gonna try to use my hide to get there without being noticed.
All right, hide is more like hiding, not walking, not stealthing.
Is hiding
Different.
and move silently 2 skills again? I hate it when they're 2 skills. Being not
Stealth
seen,
is agility. Hide is acumen. Hide is literally hiding something or yourself, whereas sneaking through the forest is stealth.
I hate it when they're 2 separate skills. Because you need
They're
both.
not the same thing.
Yeah, they are.
Okay. Well, we can debate this some other time. I can guarantee they are written as 2 different things in the book.
Look, cooking
Agility
vegetables and
stealth
cooking
is
meat,
the role
2
you're looking
separate
for.
skills. Why is cooking the same skill? Like, you can say this, you can make an argument. It's for another time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So you're rolling agility stealth.
Agility. How many extra bonuses do I get?
Well, essentially, you're both going to get 1 extra die.
Okay.
I'd lower the target number, but it'd be an active to look for you type thing when you pass people.
It's not rolling.
I don't know why.
Oh, I know what I did. I'm messing up. Hold on.
Howard, do I need to follow them to maintain the effect, or can I do it at a distance?
You've already cast it, so as long as you're good with being down a die on your dice bowls, you can maintain that effect.
There we go.
Okay.
Although if you sleep or something, it will drop.
Yeah.
I'm very good at this.
There you go. You're good. Tom, you want to make your agility stealth plus 1 die?
Let's give it a shot.
Don't
So
forget.
agility
Don't
stealth,
forget
so-
to. Don't forget you up it by 1 die when you roll it, then put that die back down when you're done,
Okay.
because that's how they made the character sheet in this game.
So
In
let's
Roll20.
see. Well, I also have contortion and dodge, if that works, or just agility.
I mean, if you were trying to move your body around a corner weird, I don't know, that didn't make any sense.
All
You're
right.
you're not dodging an attack. You're trying to sneak by people,
All right. All right. Let's get down to it.
but you have 1 extra die. All right. You got a 12.
All right. Excellent.
Yeah, man, if you're trying to use a skill for not its direct intended purpose, you just can't give it out to the game. Oh, I have tracking. Does that work? You got to be like, no, what I'm doing is walking directly in the sneaky person's footprints that I am tracking, and thus I can use tracking for stealth. You got to you have to justify it to the game master.
Yeah.
The game master
Yeah.
can't tell you.
Yeah, you gotta give me your BS, and I would then say no. But
All right. So before my roll, I probably would have used my contortion to just kind of bob and weave through people if I had to pass them by.
But they can see you.
what he does is he he uses contortion, walks by the wall, and just takes the shape of whatever shadows are already there.
That I like that.
Mhm.
But he didn't say that.
No,
Like,
he didn't.
like Croc.
He did not.
You remember Emperor's New
Like,
Groove, right?
he contorts his
I
body.
was actually kind of thinking of that when I was saying
He
it.
can, you know how the walls are like brick walls with the little groove where the stuff is to. He like contorts his body to be in those little grooves.
He's actually a group of ninjas that all say we are a hedge.
Yes. All right, we get there. Hopefully, I don't know.
All right, you are there. You make it there. You are outside of Erda and the other cell.
Okay, Tom, this is the guy's cell. Now, if he bamboozles me, if he whammies me, you have to snap me out of it. And if he whammies you, you have to snap out of it. I'll snap you out of it.
Okay.
All on
What
you.
would be an appropriate method?
To snap somebody out of a whammy?
Yes. Physical violence?
I
Like I
hope
bring like a
not.
little hammer?
I hope not. I'm thinking maybe just kind of like stop the thing happening. Like, just stop them from doing a thing that might be bad.
I will plug up the hole.
Oh, that's a good idea. I'll get rid of the hole. Anyways, the hole was right here, and I'm gonna try and open it. Okay, ready?
All right.
All right, let's do some stone shape. That's not enough. It's okay. I can redo it as many times as I like.
Pretty much, yeah. You're not in combat.
I heard the
You're
sound
good
of something like plopping into the water when you made that
There we
first roll.
go. That's enough to open this place that's already supposed to be opened and closed.
Okay. So you create an opening, and you peer in, and you of course it's all dark in there. It is pitch black, but you do hear a voice, and it says, "Hello, it's not feeding time."
No, it's not. But we were talking to the Earthmaster, and he said to come talk to you. My name is White Ape. I'm sorry. My name is the Winterborn Chthonian, White Ape of the Spring, and this is Talm.
Hello. Can you speak Terran?
I can indeed speak Terran, and he says in Terran.
That's nice.
Well, that makes it much easier. I am terrible at Vallanthia and Common currently. I'm reading a book about it, though.
So it's hard to hear through the walls, but it sounds like you would like assistance dealing with another resident.
Okay, so here's the deal. We were sent here by the Azure Order to find out where there's a guy selling necromantic books up in the city.
Mm-hmm.
And
Normal citizens.
so we just need to find the guy who's giving or selling out these books to stop him from spreading necromancy all through the city. That's all we're trying to do, and we're hoping that the crazy demon guy can give us a name or a location where these books are at. But we can't convince him to tell us this information. That's what the other cell that we created over there, that's what Erda is trying to do. It's a one big scam. That's all this is. And we can get you anything you need to make your life more comfortable if you can help us.
I see. So, are you more interested in the books or more interested in Erdrek? And you see a hand. It's kind of a big, meaty hand kind of come out of the shadow, just enough that you can see it. It has fingers like this. Essentially, this is 3 fingers and a thumb. And it has kind of a pale bluish tint to the skin, and it points to around the corner to where the hallway to Erdrek's cell is. Are you more interested in the books or in Erdrek?
Perhaps the books would be the more important part of the job.
Definitely. All we care about is finding these books that are spreading necromancy. Airdrek is just a means to an end. He seems terrible.
Erdrek speaks Reptile, and my Reptile is not the best, but it's all right.
We have a book that translates Reptile to Sylvan.
Oh, I don't think I need a book.
Oh, okay. Well,
But he also speaks Elysian, but in that vulgar way.
that seems to be
Disgusting.
the demon part of him.
Well, if you wish to deal with the demon part, or do you wish to deal with the reptile part? I assume he's a reptile. I haven't seen him.
Okay, so we gave Erda a book on Reptile to Sylvan in order to talk to his reptile part. But he speaks Elysium too, and he's been getting no way with this guy, with his Elysian devil personality. So we were hoping maybe the reptile part would be more able to tell us about where we can find this book merchant or where the evil books are.
So I give you what you need, and you will do me a favor. Is that fair?
I will get you whatever you need. I can't let you out of here, but I can get you stuff. If you need something.
And if I left you something, would you be able to take it out of here?
Yes, I will take something, and I will give messages to people or items that if you're looking for a loved one or anything, I will definitely send you that person's stuff. Yes.
Very well. Then I believe we have an accord.
Yes. Excellent. Okay.
You have the ability to move these rocks. Can you move them so that I might see your friend Urda?
Yes. Yes. Okay. Stand back. All right. And I will do my magic to open a new hole into the other cell.
All right. So you've attached the two cells.
Yes. Here we go.
As he just runs over and murders me.
Dead right there. No rolls, nothing. Just boom.
I have made a 10 to make a new opening into that cell.
Okay. As you do that, you will also be making more light. You'll see that the creature in here, he looks humanoid. He looks like a very large man. He has a horn coming out of the middle of his forehead. He has light bluish skin, like I described. He seems to only be wearing, it looks, I'm going to say, kind of like a robe, but the top is folded down, so it really only looks more at the moment like a big, thick, multi-layered skirt. But you've seen enough robes to know that it's just a robe folded down. Like, have you ever seen Tibetan monk robes?
Yeah.
In real life? Yeah, it's like that. But if you were to take the shirt part off and just roll it down, he's got that covering his lower side. And as you open the door, or open the portal between the two, he extends his big head into Urda's cell. Urda, you see a big blue face coming at you of a person that is probably 9 feet tall, maybe 10 feet tall, very large, very bulky.
Here's what Urda does as he sees this person like loom into the room. He like what I assume is he's sitting up on that little bed that that the Earthmaster provided, with like the torch next to him and like the book in his hands. And then he hears the stones moving and he turns around to look at the wall and then sees the head come through, and he just like stares at it for a minute in complete disbelief, like, oh, okay, I've lost it. This is what it is like to lose it now. And now I have been in solitary confinement for 5 days, and that's my limit, apparently. This is my limit.
Totally fair.
It goes from like confusion to just acceptance. Like,
I was expecting you to screech or something.
No, he just stares at it and goes, please tell me that you're here to help.
Of course. And he reaches his hands out and he puts them on either side of your head and holds the sides of your face. And as he does, all of the images that you'd seen in that book as you were looking to try and understand Reptile start to flutter through your mind. And it's not just the image you saw in the book, but it's the entire language. Within a moment, you now speak and read Reptile.
Thank you, Daddy. May I drink the tea now?
Was he a Deus Ex Machina character?
No, he then turns and he looks at the two of you and he says, take this, and he reaches into his robes somehow and he pulls out a small brass lamp and he passes it to White Ape. Just take this outside the building and set it down in the street. That is all I ask. And then he vanishes. And we'll go ahead and end the game there.
I told him I could not release him from this place.
But you did say you would take it out.
In so much trouble.
He's a genie.
Yeah, he's a genie.
Granted your wish, and all you asked for. I learned Reptile.
Oh boy.
Great. Excellent. My character doesn't know what the frick genies are or anything like that. It would be metagaming.
Yeah,
But I do notice he disappears. Where did it go?
As far as you know, he may have already left.
That's all we're thinking.
Yeah,
He's
you
like-
may not even realize what a genie is.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like I mean, I didn't say it in character. I just said, "Oh my god, I think I know what he is now." Well, Alibaba had them.
I did say there's probably a reason these people are all bricked up like this.
So, Erda, the Acumen Streetwise roll that you missed by one was to notice that the whammy had been put on Master Garage, Earth Master Garage, when he talked to you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh man.
That's why he cocked his head weird. He told you the message and then just closed the door and walked off.
Oh no! Oh
Yep,
no!
we are in so much trouble.
He did
Oops.
speak Elvish.
I didn't even
Seriously,
need to
they
be
don't have some
whammy.
way of protecting him when he feeds the dude.
I had written it in there that each day there would be just a chance, and I thought about rolling it, but I figured that might give something away, so I just decided to be just mysterious about it, let a few days pass and let it happen if it needed to happen.
I mean,
Oh,
at
boy.
least it's progressive.
it.
The story.
I love it. Yeah, I think the story is awesome.
Yeah.
So far, I love it.
I don't mind.
Yeah,
Actually, I kind of don't mind releasing the genie as long as this plan works because of it. Like, that's just a freaking genie. Whatever.
At least it's not a devil, yeah.
Yeah,
Or
it's not a
demon.
devil. It's just a genie.
3 weeks
All right,
later.
well, thank anyone who watched for watching. And
You've never seen the Wishmaster movies.
If you
just
like,
saying.
hey, you watch this video the entire way through, so you obviously liked it. Hit the like button. Also, if there are any parts of this you thought were really funny, I'll try to put the time code and hashtag DU short, and I will try to make it into a 60-second short. Other than that, we'll be back next week. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
I've been trying to role play out the naivety of my character.